Late night, early mornings. Up in the morning, stretching and yawning. Grand risings, grand risings. Grand risings, OGs and in betweens, the newbies, grand risings. How y'all feeling? How y'all weekend been? What's happening? Night? Kirby Knight? I think I said that right. Forgive me if I butchered that. What's happening? Drop Dead Beauty, grand risings. My live box is open. If anybody want to jump on and give their perspective, their 2 cents, their solutions. I'm saying that, Ted, because we be focusing on the wrong shit sometimes. You understand? There's hella more important things to life than just selfish desires. Because when the adults don't get it right, the kids suffer. And that's what a lot of new age parents don't understand. And then too, a lot of new age parents don't understand, but the OG parents do understand. But they don't say shit though. They sit back in the cut. They let the youth make all their mistakes and then talk shit about them. That's not being an elder. That's not being an elder. So within our community, a lot of us forget how to be elders. A lot of us forgot how to be shaman. A lot of us forgot how to be a unit. We gotta find ourselves again. Oh yeah, most definitely time to spark. I'm stuffing my con right now as we speak. So in order to heal the community, you gotta heal the family. Because the destruction of the community came from the family. Because I don't know if anybody understands, but the community is a bunch of us, okay? It starts with the household. If I got 5 households on the block, and all 5 of those households is teaching their kids morals, character, literacy, okay? And then 5 more houses inside the neighborhood do it. And it continues. Then you got this neighborhood of everybody that's on the same wavelength. All right? On the same wavelength. When the family structures and the children come out of the household and they enter the public, that creates the community right there. So the community begins with the household all the way around. Father, mother, kids, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, grandmama, big mama, granddaddy, big daddy. You know what I'm saying? All of us. Elders gotta learn how to be elders again. Forgot how to lead without abusing our family and friends. Exactly. Right. Because we have this slave owner mentality. Like, people feel like you can't lead unless you verbally abusing people, or you're being super controlling the folks. Like, you got to control every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Or You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of mental abuse, spiritual abuse, and in most cases, physical abuse inside the household. You know what I'm saying? All of that is slave mentality. Our damn parents became Willie Lynch for the most part. When you break down everything and you look at Willie Lynch letters, and when you look at some of our parents, how they disciplined us and stuff like that, you would think that you was a slave. You understand me? You would think that you was a slave. You know, you break a glass, you getting your ass whooped, whips down your back and shit. You getting cussed at. You know, you bring home bad grades, they calling you stupid. What are you, dumb? You don't understand this? They don't teach you your homework, but they belittle you for getting the work done. I mean, for getting the work wrong. And then when you ask said parents for help, they don't even know the damn answer. They don't even know the topics because they wasn't taught the topics. But they be quick to punish you though for some shit that they don't even know. That's mental abuse. Okay? Memphis, the iron fist should not be in the home. Yeah, I say the iron fist should be in the home. Just people gotta understand when to use the iron fist and when not to use it. You know, because there's a time and a place for everything. Like if you doing dishes and you break one of my glasses, I ain't gonna whoop your ass because you accidentally dropped the glass. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? You washing dishes, your hands slippery or whatever the case may be. Shit happens. Just clean it up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Versus the police bringing you home, if they still do that nowadays, which I doubt that they do that now. They take you straight to the department. But back in the 90s, when it came to kids, a lot of the police would bring the kids home and tell the parents what the kid was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we found your child breaking inside somebody's house. You know, the kid be 10, so they can't go to jail, but they can go to juvenile detention and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you discover your kids trying to break inside somebody's house or, you know, just doing ungodly shit, then that's when the iron fist come into play because you raised your kids better than that and they know better than that. You know, this is where structure and restrictions come into play. A lot of our community right now don't like structures nor restrictions. They have it in their mind that they want to do what they want to do, say what they want to say, act how they want to act. Can't nobody tell them shit. I'm grown. Being grown don't mean you lawless. Being grown actually means that you have even more structure and restrictions than a child. You know, because that mindset is a child mindset. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Can't nobody tell me shit. That's a child mindset. We didn't say that at 13 and 14 years old when we didn't got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? By our parents. We go off in the room, shut the door. Man, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, man. They think they could just you start doing all that old crazy shit. That's a child mentality. But a real adult understands structure and restrictions because you understand moral and character. You can't be a follower of the Most High and you don't believe in structure and restrictions. That was the whole point of us. That's the whole reason why we ended up in the situation we ended up with the Most High. Because we stopped following the structure and the restrictions that he set upon us. No matter what scripture or what religion you subscribe to, whether you spiritual and you go off of the universe, you got universal laws, that's structure and restriction. Whether you a Christian, you got 10 commandments, that's structure and restriction. Whether you a Muslim and you go to the Quran, that's structure and restriction. No matter where you go, that's part of life. Okay? Even demons got structure and restrictions. Certain shit they can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we gotta fix that mindset, bro. And again, like I said, elders gotta be elders again. I miss the Black Panther days. And it's crazy because the elders that we have today, they grew up in the Black Panther days. They grew up with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And they grew up knowing better. But when you get in the 2022s and shit like that, it's like they scared. They scared to speak up. And we got this toxic thing that I'm gonna support my family whether they wrong or right. No, you don't support your family when they wrong. You correct them when they wrong. Because if you continue encouraging the wrong behavior and enabling the wrong behavior, they will continue to do it. Everybody look at me crazy because I don't support my family when they wrong. I tell you when you wrong. I ain't about to, if you out here talking to people, whatever the case may be, and you talking about 2 + 2 is 6. I ain't about to be like, yeah, nigga, 2 + 2 is 6, nigga. I'll fight you behind my cousin. What he say, I ain't about to, that's stupid. Nah, cuz 2 + 2 is actually 4, bro. And I ain't doing that I ain't doing that. And I ain't telling you that to belittle you. I'm doing that so you don't be out here looking like a damn fool. Because I care enough about you and your emotions. You feel me? But we adopted that damn mentality. I'm gonna support you whether you wrong. What? Hell no. And I never raised my daughter on no shit like that. Baby girl, I'm gonna correct you when you right because I care more about you. A person that's going along with you when you wrong, they don't give a fuck about your well-being, your mental, or nothing. All right? I care enough. Okay? Hey, baby girl, ignorance is no excuse for the law. We're gonna have to learn these laws. You understand me? Universal laws, matrix laws, whatever laws, we're gonna have to learn that because ignorance of information is no excuse. Police don't give a fuck if you know a law or not. They still gonna take you down. You hear me? Especially being the complexion we is, they most definitely don't give a fuck. You understand me? Come on, man. So we got to get structure and restrictions back inside the community. Because it is none. It's none at all, bro. None at all. None at all. It's no, and without structure and restrictions, we're starting to have a moralist, desensitized community. Because the kids of today, a lot of them don't have morals because they don't have the guidance, because their parents don't have morals and their parents never had guidance. Okay? And they just pass it. That's one of the main traumas that ain't nobody talking about inside our community. Everybody talking about breaking generational curses and shit, but ain't nobody breaking the main curse. Okay? Yeah, we American Indians. Yeah, we Moors. Yeah, we fucking Israelites. Yeah, we everything under the good book that the Most High done called us. But none of that don't mean shit if you don't have structure or restrictions. Talking about, yeah, brother, I'm a Moor and I'm an Israelite, but I'm about to pull up in McDonald's and eat some of this shit that I know is killing me. What? Yeah, my brother, I'm an Israelite, I'm a Moor, and I'm an American Indian. But I'm going to talk about how bad the community is, but I'm going to talk about the women, though. Because the women is fucking up everything. Boy, shut your ass up, nigga. We all got COINTELPRO. What the fuck you talking about? Women got COINTELPRO, men got COINTELPRO. We both got so-called Willie Lynch, even though Willie Lynch ain't a real person. The feds created the Willie Lynch letter to further the indoctrination of the brain. And then you got enlightened brothers and sisters inside the community trying to reverse this shit, but we getting met with the most resistance by the people inside the community with no structure and no restrictions. But yet instead, these same people want change inside the community. Y'all community need to unite. We need to do better. We need to stand for each other. We need to support each other. We need to buy black businesses. We need to, yeah. You ain't got no structure, no restrictions. Because as soon as Balenciaga drops something, you're going to be right over there. You ain't got no structure or no restrictions. Because as soon as Gucci drops something, your ass going to be right over there. You ain't got no structure or no restrictions because we got hella people in the community that create and design shoes. Y'all don't want them because it ain't name brand. Because you a label whore. All right? Okay? Structure and restrictions. Let me catch up in the comments, though. My bad, y'all. Y'all know how I get on my rants. What's happening, Big Meek? See who all in here? Big Meek in here. Juicy in here. What's happening? What's happening, Miss Mac? Miss Mac said, ouch. Black families can't be fixed until the wrong that was done come to the light and apologize for it. That ain't true. What they did to us ain't got shit to do with us. The black family can be fixed. But we sitting around waiting on an apology that ain't never gonna happen from no damn body. Who gonna tell you sorry for destroying the black family? The elders are trying to keep up with the young people. Who said that? I'm glad you said Kelby. Kelby Knight. I hope I'm saying your name right. Most definitely. The elders most definitely trying to keep up with the youngins. And man, look, it's like elders are scared to be elders today. For real. They scared to be elders now. Society program people to think getting old is bad. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people don't want to get old no more. They want to stay young forever. It's not real. Wake up. You an elder. You got to act like it. I be sitting, boy, you look, man. I don't know how everybody else grandmama was, but my grandmama was not in nobody's club, trying to mingle and looking for love. You feel me? My daddy's mama, her husband died when I was like 4 or 5 years old, back in 1994, 95. My grandmama she ain't going to no club looking for another man because she feel lonely. She was content. She was happy. She met the love of her life. She married the love of her life. She had 12 kids with the love of her life. She stood next to that man when he lost his eye going blind and diabetes took both his legs. She stood next to him. In an era where police is brutally killing us, in an era where our ancestors was getting lynched. And that's the thing that killed me about the relationships today. Relationships so shaky. Our ancestors stood next to each other, and I'm gonna go back because this shit ties into to Black Wall Street. Keep up. So our ancestors stood next to each other side by side when they was lynching us, burning us, feeding our kids to the alligators, the YMCAs in the 1960s, when they was throwing balls at our kids, 1960s. Notice I said that. So, you know what I'm saying, throwing balls at our babies and everything like that. Our ancestors stood with each other, getting hosed and dogged down and everything. You understand? You come to 2022, relationships don't last because motherfuckers got bored. People lustful. People get bored. Our fiat currency is a problem. Well, Lois, how does this tie into segregation and Jim Crow eras? Because again, like I always said, during segregation, you was forced to understand your brother and your sister and your community. Because that's all you had. That's all y'all had was each other. That's one. Okay? Second thing, fiat, they say that 90% of marriages fail because of finances. Check this out. Again, back with Jim Crow and segregation, we had all the schools, we had the bus lines, we had the buildings, we had the churches, we had we had oil rigs pumping out 2,000 barrels of oil a day. We had all of these great things. We had 100 million acres of land. It was more millionaires in segregated times than there is now. I hope y'all catching what I'm putting down, right? Hope y'all catching what I'm putting down, right? And there was more marriages that lasted in segregation times. Kids was still being born. Feel me? Now, you fast forward to integration. When you get integrated, marriages ain't lasting no more. We ain't got no inventors no more. We ain't got no schools for our own kids no more. We ain't got no libraries. We ain't got no land. We ain't got shit. We ain't got shit. How are you calling yourself a king and a queen in 2022 when we can't even fix our fucking households? Huh? That's not king and queen behavior. We don't own shit. How are we a king or a queen? We don't own shit. What land we got? That's for black people. So-called black people. What land we got? Just point me to it so I can take my daughter and my family and we can go live there. Show me. Show me, where can I go? Oh, what? We don't have no land. We don't have nowhere to go. Black Wall Street wasn't just an area full of businesses. That was our land. That was our houses. That was our roads. Those was our traffic lights. Those was our inventions. Those was our schools. That was our public libraries. Those was our oil rigs. This was our shit. Integration happened. We ain't got shit. We can't even love each other properly without conditions, without terms and conditions. Everybody should just write down their terms and conditions, and every time you go on a date, just put that bitch on the table. Hey, man, look, here go my terms and conditions. You feel me? If you burp wrong, we leaving. If you fart wrong, we leaving. If shit get tough, don't look towards me, because I'm going to be out this bitch. You feel me? Do you agree to these terms and conditions? You do? Okay, just let you know what you get into. And the fine print says this. You feel me? And then the damn relationships became corporate in corporate America. This is what they wanted, though. This is what they wanted. Everybody's desensitized. Everybody got a corporate mindset. Everybody worried about fiat currency. Everybody's worried about shit that don't really make no difference. But that's what it's called. That's by design. That's by design, though. And, hey, like I said earlier, to those who's hopping in, shout out to the OG, shout out to the newbies. If you new, go ahead and hit that follow button. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. We do this every time I jump on live. We get deep. We talk about other stuff. We don't regurgitate and we don't recycle anything. I got old videos for that. So now, you understand me. My live chat is open. If anybody want to request to get up here as a guest and share your 2 cents, your 10 cents with idea solutions that you may have, you are more than welcome to. Okay? Let me catch up in the comments. What's happening, Trail? Glad you could tap in, big dog. I'm 42 and I embrace it. I feel that I'm 32 and I embrace my age. Ain't no elders. I feel that. Ain't no more big mamas, big meat. Ain't no more big mamas. Ain't no more granddaddies no more. What's happening, D? Glad you could tap in, big dog. Yeah, we still got inventors. A lot of them in jail right now. On prison TikTok. I be amazed by the shit they be making in jail. I be like, nigga, you made that with some wire and a battery, nigga? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Boy, it's amazing what happens when you take the brother out of the toxic environment. I know prison is still a toxic environment, but when you're in isolation and all you have is your brain and your mentality, it's amazing how deep you could go with your brain when you're isolated for a little minute. and you have time to yourself and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That creative juices get the flowing. And it's sad that a lot of our brothers have to go to a place like that to discover their talent. But you know, the universe work in mysterious ways though. You hear me? Who is this? Doris. Doris said, I keep saying we were better when we were brother and sister to each other, most definitely. Official young CEO. How about I'm out here in Washington and these motherfuckers got a White Wall Street? Oh shit, what's that? The Hidden Gems? They got a what? Really? Oh man. What's happening? I got you. Glad you could tap in, big dog. Now the grandparents are our age now. Man, look. Prison TikTok is crazy. Make your mocha latte with a Hager instant coffee and bro, look, dog, the shit I be seeing on prison TikTok, I be like, damn, bro. Them brothers is talented, dog. But you know, when you understand a prism and a prison, you'll understand why both of those correlate though. A prism traps light. Sometimes it's two type of prisms. You got a prism that traps light, your prison, okay? Because we are light beings, all right? We are light beings. That was the whole purpose of a prison, is just a prism, okay? And you have another prism though. Another prism is where light can hit it, and then all the colors of the rainbow manifest, and then all these great illusions start happening, which will be your matrix, which is a bigger prism that we all in. You know what I'm saying? These folks ain't these folks ain't smart like that. But that prism / prison is just trapping all of our light beings. And I mean light as in purity, creativity, you know what I'm saying, emotions and everything. Y'all know everything that comes out, bro. Brothers will come out of prison like Malcolm X. Brothers will come out of prison on some music shit. Brothers will come out of prison on some inventor shit. A lot of tattoo artists been to prison. That's how they found out that they was good at tattooing, because they created their own tattoo gun and they started working on themselves and shit like that. Okay, so it's not far-fetched to understand why a lot of the light beings that come out of prison are some of the most intelligent beings too. Because a lot of people don't understand intelligence ain't got shit to do with going to school, listening to a teacher, regurgitating the shit that they done already told to you, and then Friday come, you got a test to test you on your memory of what was regurgitated to you. That's not intelligence. All you doing is just retaining memory. That's all you doing. You working on your memory and shit like that, but it's indoctrination. You're not learning nothing outside of that. Real intelligence is wisdom. Wisdom is intelligence. Both of those can only happen through experience. Okay? And it's called intelligence. There's some shit that's just in you. You can't really go out and find intelligence. Oh yeah, let me go buy some intelligence at Walmart for $9.99. It ain't no shit like that. Common sense, intelligence, and wisdom, all that shit come from within. It's either you got it or you don't. But just because you don't got it, that don't mean you can't be taught. And when you get taught something that's outside of the indoctrination box, then it becomes intelligent and wisdom. You're getting a little common sense in there. You're getting your literacy up. It's working on your soul, your character, your being, your mental. So you can gain intelligence, but it's inside of you. It got to start inside you though. It's some shit that can't be explained, can't be seen. You know, and a lot of people nowadays, they want shit that you can see. I got to see it to believe it. I got to see it to believe it. I got to see it to believe it. Man, most of the shit that you seeing is an illusion. And you believe in an illusion. You know, I sit here try to explain what the spiritual realm is to people. I sound like a conspiracy theorist because people don't understand what quantum physics and metaphysics and all that type is. They don't understand an atom and you know what I'm saying? And molecules and vibrations and frequencies and light codes and light and prisms and entrapment. They don't understand that. So that shit sound like a conspiracy to them. They're like, you niggas is the woke community conspiracy theory. So then, you know, they get to disrespecting and to making fun of some shit that they don't understand because they fear what they don't understand. In reality, they fear you. Because they got a epistemophobia and you walk in knowledge. People gonna fear you. The elites fear you. These folks ain't scared of motherfuckers with guns. They scared of people with books. These niggas is pulling information before they pulling guns. Let that sink in. They pulling information before they pulling guns. Y'all niggas could kill each other all day long, but y'all damn sure ain't about to read. Y'all ain't about to be enlightened. Y'all ain't about to try and fix the community and unite and band and raise y'all frequencies and vibrations of the earth. Y'all dare, how dare y'all? Pass the bill. Take all the apps. Buy all the archives.orgs. Hey, matter of fact, everybody doing their genealogy and census records. Buy Ancestry too. We want it all. Because this is a corporation. You are to be workers. People got the nerve to be thinking around here and shit. That's how they run. That right. You ain't even got to go to slavery or be no conspiracy theorist. Just question yourself on that. And actually read what they saying. They say this is sensitive information. They ain't never say that shit was wrong. They said it's sensitive. This is sensitive information that's a threat to the national security. Your identity is a threat to national security. Ain't that some shit? Your history is a threat to national security. Ain't that some shit? Your unity and your community fixing and healing is a threat to national security. Ain't that some shit? But our people still think we conspiracy theorists, though, when we tell them we Moors, Israelites, and American Indians, though. All right. Okay. Our people still think we conspiracy theorists when we tell them that frequency is controlling our kids because kids can hear a different frequency than adults. So you don't even know the secret messages that's being played inside these kids' music and what they hearing and all. You don't understand how hypnosis and frequencies and trance and consciousness transfer and all that shit is because you don't read no CIA documents. They tell you plain as day in the documents. I've done read all the documents to all my OGs and in-betweens and some of the new folks who done caught me. I done read all the documents. They tell you all plain in sight. You can walk out your house and see that document. I walk out my house, look across the street, it's a liquor store right here. I'm looking at it. That motherfucker say beer, wine, spirits, and tobacco. Right across from that is a Walgreens. Actually, nah, hold on. Nah, the Walgreens right here in front of me. This is, my house is right here. I'm telling y'all what's around me. It's a liquor store right here. It's a Walgreens right here, drug store, trap house. You feel me like that? What are you talking about? The monopoly is set up. You got Habibi and them inside the liquor store. You got your drug dealers right here in the white coats right here. You feel me? I got all these damn cell towers and all this shit right here. Silent weapons for quiet wars. That's a CIA document. I done read that to people. Your cell phone, your microwave, your TV, the air, the water, the GMO food, all that shit is a weapon against you. Our people don't get it because they don't know who they are. This shit, once you really know who you are, boy, labels don't mean shit. I'm waiting on my Moorish brothers to understand that. This why I keep asking the questions I ask them and they get mad. You feel me? Honest, okay, yeah, Moors, Israelites, yeah, cool. But guess what? You know you deeper than that. You know you are an electrical magnetic being. You know you nine ether. They call you many names because there's no label for us. It took me 6 months to realize that. This the reason why our names keep changing. They can't pinpoint who the fuck we are. They keep digging in history. We still popping up. God damn. Shit. We had what, 100 million years? God, black people still popping up out this bitch. God damn. They can't pinpoint it. We got ghost mitochondria DNA and we got old ass Y chromosome, but don't nobody know where the fuck we come from, but you can find us all around this globe. I ain't say Africans. I'm talking about black Americans. You. Boy, you older than Africa. Our people got to understand that they talking about motherland. What? You older than them. That's why they follow you. If we was from Africa, we would be following Africa. We don't do shit that Africans do. Africans doing what the fuck we doing. They quick to follow us. If we become Dr. Sabi spiritual, they become that. If we become drill rappers and sip lean and shit like that, they do that. If we sag our pants, they sag they pants. If we put on suits, they put on suits. They do what the fuck we do. When I realized that, I was like, how the fuck am I from Africa? I don't want to do shit that they doing over there. They want to do what I'm doing. They wearing the Nikes too. Somehow they finding Balenciagas out there. They putting them bitches on too. They doing drill music. That's when I understand. That's when I understood that that Ethiopia Bible over there, that shit came from over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Those Ethiopians over there, they are the Rasta Safari from over here. This is out of America. And these are facts and documents. Ain't no out of Africa. You are the leaders. Come on, man. You are the leaders. Everybody waiting on you. I done seen hella videos from Asians. I've seen people in Israel, the Middle East. I've seen all type of people saying, we're waiting on black Americans waking up. You got white people here to miracle. If black Americans just realize who they are, it will crumble the matrix system. Everybody waiting on us, and we don't get it. I done seen hella people. This ain't just no skin color shit. Everybody's salvation. Because you was everybody's salvation in the beginning. The return of the sun. You are the sun. Us waking up is the return. They said it's two suns. The one that's already in the sky. Everybody talking about Nubaru and Wormwood. Nah, bro. The rise of the Messiah is with the vibrations of the planet and the people of the planet, the leaders. When we bring up that vibration to a certain peak, we will unlock and magnetize and attract something that they scared of to get here. This is why you got an electromagnetic field. When you raise it, you become magnetized. If all of us in a gathering, this is why they don't want us in a group. When all of us get in a group and we on some high vibration shit, we are magnetized. We are bringing something here. We become a beacon. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, we here. Beep, 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 beep. You know what I'm saying? We become a beacon. We become magnetized. We drawing something here that they scared of. Who are you? And once you realize that, them labels don't mean nothing. Them labels don't mean a damn thing. Because when you talk about law, you talk about your nationality and all that other, you talk about that stuff, you still dealing in the matrix. You still dealing on this 3D realm. I'm sitting here telling you that you 12D. You higher than that. Third dimension is a prism. It's a prison that traps light beams, us. Man, wake up, bro. This shit ain't no conspiracy. Look around. Look what they doing. People used to laugh at us when we told them a long time ago, y'all know that they control the weather. Y'all, they lying. They can't control the weather. Now, it's 2022. They so out in the open. They got hella documents and videos that tell you, yeah, we control the weather. You see, this is what we do. You know, we generate the clouds right here. We just let it push up through and with the current clouds and then get inside there and it does something with the ion pockets and then a spark and an explosion happened in the clouds, and then you got rain. We can do snow, you know, we can do hell even. They get to laughing and shit like they tell you this shit. They tell you this. People still think it's a conspiracy. Everybody walking around, golly, boy, what the fuck wrong with the city, bro? First it was cold, then it was hot, then it's snow, and we over here like harp. Y'all nigga conspiracy theories. Ain't nobody controlling no weather. Bruh. I've been in Louisville for 13 years. Okay? I've been in Louisville for 13 years, but I got here in 2009, right? Before 2009, it ain't never snowed in the South. I'm from Georgia, bro, all through and through. It ain't never snowed down there. When wintertime come, we get a hot 70. Maybe 65. As soon as 2009 hit, everybody in the South started getting snow and it's getting cold. What? It's snowing in Texas. Nigga, since when? Shit, Georgia getting hit with snow too. When did this shit start happening? Now, here we are in 2022, going in 2023. Shit, America cold as fuck. All the way through and through, from California down to Florida. Shit, it's cold. It's still cool in the West Island, in the West Indies though. But it's cold here, all through and through. Everybody. Since when have that ever happened? And I knew something was up when the weathermen start up here talking about. At first, I used to believe the old weatherman, and you know what I'm saying, when I was a young jit, I was like, damn, okay, woo. Then I started getting old. I was like, how in the fuck can you predict the weather? Hold on. This shit don't add up. I get that, you know what I'm saying? It be out here guessing, yeah, bro, it's probably about like a solid 60 degrees out here. I don't know, man, it's a little cold, you feel me? I get about like 50 in the shade. You feel me? You know how we be doing it. Hell no, these niggas be precise, nigga. You got 7 days behind you. They got exact dates. Oh, yes, on Monday it's going to be 80 degrees, and then it's going to drop down to 40 degrees. Ooh, getting cold. And then Tuesday, we're going to be right back up to a high 90, and then, you know, we're going to drop, and then it's going to drop back down a little bit around about 5 o'clock exactly. But you can still go outside and enjoy yourselves. Ooh, and then we get right here to Thursday. It's going to be a little wind chilly with a little 10% of rain precipitation. But it might jump up to 60% of rain precipitation in the afternoon. Hey, this is Jay Dorsey with your WLKY Weatherman News. And, nigga, what the fuck? That is specific, bro. How did you get that damn specific? Like, I thought the weather was controlled by God. Can't nobody predict when some shit gonna happen if it's natural. I'm gonna be watching the news, tuned in, hypnotized, or they just. Hey, they say it's gonna be 60 Tuesday, ma. They say it's gonna be 60. You don't even pay attention to how you wording it. They say. Yeah, they say, because they control it. Folk crazy, bro. Folk crazy, man.
Yeah.
Since I'm selling tacos in the snow. What's that?
The one thing I was trying to hop in on was when you was talking about everybody outside us telling us that they waiting for us to wake up. I even got a video on my page with an African saying, we are their gods.
I got that video
and
too.
Waiting for their gods to wake up. Not no white Jesus to break the sky and come through the sky. We are waiting for our gods, the black African Americans, to wake up. Y'all don't realize that once y'all wake up, everything crumbles.
Everything changed.
And he continued to even say, the thing that irritates them is that we keep trying to say, oh, we African, we from Africa. He was like, y'all not from Africa. Y'all are from America. Y'all was there way before Columbus. Said y'all are the originals.
Mm-hmm.
And I post that joint every time somebody be like, what, you embarrassed to be black? Yeah, I'm embarrassed to be black because I ain't black.
Right.
They gave us that title and that label. But now y'all want to run around screaming that shit. Am I the only one that grew up and used to get in the fights for people calling them black?
Hell nah, bro. When I was a kid, I always felt a little offended. I still feel offended today when people use the term like black people and shit. And before this whole woke and enlightenment journey, when I was a kid, I used to feel a little offended when they used to be like, yeah, the little black boy right there. And I'm like, hold on, nigga, what the fuck you talking about black? Nigga, I got a name. Like, you know, and my daddy even, and that came from my daddy too, because my dad was like in 1950, somebody called you black. That's a fist fight because that's the same as calling you a Negro. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fighting words. Why are y'all so
That's
proud now?
because they feel like they taking a word and they're changing the meaning, and they be like, no, black is the source of all light, my brother. It is dark matter. And they get all day. I'm like, bruh, no, you cannot twist what this is they word. This is what they spell is. This is what it mean when you say it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? The only way you can transmutate words if you create a whole new damn word. That's it. Because you're still using their tongue and their
Yep.
frequency. Now,
Like I
what we
had
can do
somebody.
is create our own language and our own spells and curses, which, this is what our ancestors was doing when they started slang and ebonics and stuff. Like they was trying to create a language for us that's not that won't harm us as much when we speak it. And this why they get mad when we speak it. And it's funny because a lot of people don't understand our
Ebony.
Creole. Yeah, they don't understand it. Like they be like, it's a foreign language to them. And it's like, damn, for real, I wonder how it sound on their end when we speak it. Cause to us, we feel like we speak in English, but we not.
Like for example, bro, you can ask, and the crazy thing is, I noticed that a lot of people outside of North Carolina, like everybody got like their own type of ebonics too. Bro, the first time when I came to Georgia, and I was like, keep playing around, I had to roast your ass. Somebody was like, what the fuck is roasting? I was like, bro,
Yeah,
you don't know what roasting is? Like roasting, baking, flambeing you? What is that,
get on
bro?
your
Joe
head.
the shit out of you, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got our own lingo. It's yeah, man. And just like, and our ancestors been doing it even when they was calling themselves jive turkeys and all of that type of stuff. But Ebonics been around for a grip. So the language that a lot of people don't understand is that's why I say that we still sound like our ancestors to this day because they were speaking Ebonics a long ass
Man,
time ago
like the boxer was saying, bro, to this day.
to this day.
For real, bro. And the other thing that you had touched on that I was going to drop some jewels about was the snow shit. Because somebody had mentioned that they had snow in their city and they went outside, picked the joint up, and took a lighter to it. Bro,
Uh,
last time I seen snow, which was when I was here in Georgia, bro, went outside, made a snowball, took a lighter to it. Why did that shit like start melting like styrofoam?
mm-hmm.
Like it went black first before, and it didn't really melt. It was doing like styrofoam does. Like it was just disappearing and evaporating.
Yeah, it's like that, bro. And here in Louisville, Kentucky, when it snows, I ain't talking about no salt trucks or nothing. I'm talking about when it snows and it hits your car.
Yeah.
By the time that snow get done melting, either your car done rusted or it's full of salt, which cause your car to rust still. And I'm sitting here like, ain't no salt trucks been down this way for no salt to get all. For one, salt trucks don't splash the whole damn car. It might get your tire or something, but the whole car covered in salt. That's weird. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
I
like,
know what you're talking about
and
too.
like,
Like it'll get like a weird ring or something to it. Like
White ash
yeah,
light.
my girl was
and
like
like,
white ash.
yeah, like white ash. And what's crazy is that uh animals can tell that this ain't real snow. Like my nephew dog, when it snow, he don't go out there. He don't even play around. Everybody like, yeah, it's cold. No, he smell it because he's smelling it first, and then he be like, nah, I don't want to go out there.
Bro, you cause you say you from Georgia, right?
hmm
All right. When Georgia used to like you've never seen it snow at all in Georgia?
Nah, like from the
My girl
time I
said
was there,
you
like
from north and south. I think you said
like
down there by something.
when I was growing up in Georgia, you'll get like you'll get sleet, but by the time it hit the ground, it don't stick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get what
Like
you
it's
mean. Because North
yeah,
Carolina
like
got that a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah,
we get
like
that.
it's too warm on our atmosphere down here. Once it hit, it don't stick. But then, like I say, for the most part, that when you see it sleet in Georgia, that shit'll probably happen like once every 3 or 4 years. Like it don't really do that. I done had
That's the same
Christmases
thing in North
that'd be like
Carolina.
75 degrees. We still be in shorts hooping
Yup.
because we right there by Florida.
Playing Christmas for basketball. I mean, playing basketball for Christmas.
He's in South
hmm
Georgia.
Because that's how North
Yeah.
Carolina it was. Like it'll snow heavy like every other once in a blue moon, bro. I lived down there for like almost 10 years. and I had never seen except for one white Christmas. The rest of the year we getting snow at weird ass times. Like it'll be fucking beginning of March, end of February, and we'll get snow.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah,
But as
I
kids, like I remember playing with the snow, and that shit actually like freeze your hands. You try to make a snowball without any gloves, bro.
Yeah.
After like 2006, 2007, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. There was no normal snow hitting the South, bro. Because that snow, I used to go outside and be able to pick that shit up with my bare hands, and it wouldn't be too fucking cold, and it wouldn't melt in my hands, type shit.
Yeah,
And
because
like I
growing
said,
up in,
my
because
first got here to Georgia, I actually lit that shit on fire, and that shit was like literally burning, like how you do styrofoam.
yeah, because like, because like growing up in Georgia, and everybody in the South know when you come to the South, our main bad weather comes in hurricane season. Like that shit'll rain a lot and flood. But okay, but so much is like some cold weather shit, like power lines freezing over and stuff. Nah, man, that for real. Like that shit happened one time when I was like in 5th grade. We got let out for school early because our power lines. It got so cold in Georgia, it was like 20 degrees, and our power lines had froze, and it knocked out the whole power in the city. And that was like let's see, 5th grade. I was like 1998, 1999 or some shit like that, early 2000, like actually Y2K, when everybody's like the end of the world. That's when we had got that bad little cold storm, but that only happened one time. But other
Yeah,
than
because
that, we started getting a whole bunch of hurricanes though.
Yeah, because that year you talking about was when we first got down to North Carolina and was like moving there. It was either 98 or 99, but I know niggas got like 11 to 12 inches worth of snow.
Yep.
So y'all don't remember?
And I had never seen that shit. I was up north in 95. So
Yeah.
that was the year in New York, we had got like 28 inches, bro. Like, no lie.
28 inches, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah, like 95, bro. The cars was covered, bro. Like, they wouldn't let me go outside because I was a kid. I remember looking out the window at that shit, yo. Because I was either like 4 or 5, so that was like 95, 96. And like I remember that joint, like it covered the cars. Like all you could see was the roof of the cars in the snow.
Yeah. So they was playing with, so again, like Harp always been around for, and I'm telling people like Harp been around since I want to say ancient times, but so far what I dug, they've been around since like 1890, early 1900s is when they was really starting to play with everything.
Like NASA too. It's been around for a minute. Yep, like all that stuff been around longer than we think it has been, because back then they was doing shit in secret and our ancestors ain't even know about the shit. Because when they first started announcing NASA had been out for a minute.
Prince Dashe said, what is the indigenous tribes of North Carolina? Cherokee is the main one.
Cherokee,
Yamasee, Lumbee, Cree. You got you'll have some Tiano Arawak sprinkled around because of La Florida at that time. Yeah, and then you got the Muskogee.
My girl said, what about Suwannee?
The who?
Suwannee,
yeah.
Yeah. Cause that's I believe North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Cause I wish I could do the green screen joint, bro. Cause I got a picture that somebody had posted of the maps that actually show you all the tribes was at, bro. And what the city was named and why they was named those cities. Cause Yamasee, South Carolina is a home for the Yamasees. Lumberton, North Carolina, that's actually home for some Lumbertons.
Yep, the Lumbee tribe.
Like how they got Cherokee County in Georgia. Cherokee County in Georgia housed a lot of Cherokees.
And Savannah, Georgia. Savannah is a Tiano Arawak name. So it was, like I said, it was Tianos all the way up there because the 1500 map called La Florida, aka Tamari, it shows that all of the southern states, I
I
mean,
think that's
from
yeah.
On the floor.
all of the southern states, all the way over to Oklahoma, all of that was considered one big land as Florida to marry. So when you talk about ancient Egypt or Cairo, Memphis, or Memphis, Tennessee, that was part of Tamari, as they said.
Yeah.
And then you got Babylon, which is still next door to Egypt, if you want to say so, you know.
I want to know if
And
that map I found was right, cause I found a map, and I think the true old world of America. I think that's the book it was, and the map actually showed Egypt as like the middle of America. It was the north, the south, and like the southeast. But
yeah,
right
West
beside
area.
Egypt at the top was Assyria, and then the northeast was Babylon. And that shit somewhat made sense to me because think about the Northeast. What's in the Northeast? A bunch of skyscrapers, a bunch of towers. What was Babylon doing? Creating fucking towers. What's it called? The ziggurat?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They was trying to build a ladder to heaven. So why on that map they labeled where now we see all the skyscrapers at as Babylon?
Mm-hmm. There you go. Hey, there it is right there. Cause and then what a lot of people don't know too is that and I'm glad I got some Moors in here because all of America is not called Morocco. Y'all Morocco is Chicago. Chicago was called Morocco. And this is why Noble Drew Ali and all the Moors, they always went to Chicago. They called that the Mecca for a reason. So Chicago is Morocco, which also is connected to Cairo and Egypt, Tennessee, as it would be on your map of today. Just move everything over here to America. So you got Morocco next door to Egypt, Tennessee, and all of that was La Florida, which is Tamari, the Tamari Khans. And then when you think about the Algonquin tribes, because a lot of the tribes that our grandmamas told us, they come from the Algonquin. And then when you look at Al, which is an Arabic word, and then you break down Gonquin, which is an American Indian word, a lot of stuff start making sense then too. This is why a lot of us is the Algonquin tribe. And a lot of the Algonquin tribes, everybody always had 12 sub-tribes. And I don't think it's a coincidence about the 12 tribes. So I think one of our lucky numbers would be 12 because theirs is 13. You know what I'm saying? I'm still playing with the numbers a little bit, but I feel like it's a reason why we always did stuff in 12s.
Okay, now that you say that, now I got a question. Because you know the truth be hidden in lies. Because I found out that it was supposed to be our number 13. Because that's why there was like 13 colonies even before they came, but it wasn't 13 colonies, it was the 13 tribes, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 13 bloodlines.
Yeah, but they was trying to, from what I saw, because I forgot who video I was watching, but it was something on mathematics, where it was actually like you was learning about the 360 degrees of life and all that. And they was trying to say for some reason that's why we chose 13, because you know how they map, they only got 12 months and 12 zodiacs, I think. But the map we supposed to use supposed to have 13 months and 13 zodiacs. When they first came over here, you know how we had the government, and supposedly it was either like 13 tribes that was running the government.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have to dig into that one because it's probably a tribe that's hidden. Because I know the number 13. I know the 13th tribe would be like, if you're talking about bloodline wise, the 13th tribe was like the Khazarians and them right there who wrote themselves in history as well. So that's when I started thinking like the number 13 became prevalent with them.
So you might be 100% right, and they was adding shit just so they could try and make themselves look like they was around at the time.
Yeah, so everything start being on number 13. But you know, I'm just learning about these numbers and numerology. So you give me a little minute, like a month or two, I'll crack that.
All right. Trust. I damn sure will be looking forward to that, man.
Cause it might have been 12 colonies in the beginning until, you know, the Anglo-Saxons and all them came, and then
Yeah, that's why I'm
and
trying.
then
That's why I'm saying
and
I
then
feel
they
like
wrote themselves in, and then it became 13 all the way through.
that's why I'm starting to feel like you right, because even if you look at the walls, bro, the Maya walls, the walls start off originally with just fucking carbon atom beings on that bitch. And then out of nowhere, you start seeing people of lighter skin, but they're like being workers or driving the boats or getting locked the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Huh?
Hey, it's something to it.
Starting to do what?
Who is this? Brown Girl Pride. This is indigenous erasure. How is this indigenous erasure when we saying that indigenous
I think
was
she's
here?
trying to say that's what they did to us.
Oh, okay. No, we come in many shades. Okay. You know, I
Yeah,
just
I
gotta ask
know.
because you know them folk be dropping in sometimes. You know, so I was
Yeah.
like,
And like what I'm telling you, I literally don't mean like we was getting lighter as in yellow. No, what I mean by they was getting lighter, they started painting people up there that was gray white with
mm-hmm.
like weird stripes in their skin.
Damn.
Yeah, look at the Maya walls, bro. I put a picture up on TikTok, like I showed it in the video. Because I had an indigenous person, say something, and I showed them the walls, and I was like, "So, are you supposed to be the brown skinned people or these new people showing up on the walls?" And
Right.
you could see in the paintings how at the beginning all you was seeing was darker people to the point to where they was, damn near looking like shadows on the wall. And then somewhere in them pictures, you'll start seeing, like I said, that the paler skinned people working, being workers, or as you see in the Bible, an indentured servant, because that's kind of how it looks.
Right.
And then you also see them walking them across the land, basically butt naked, bro, with their hands tied, like
I
they
seen
was
that one.
locking them up. So the thing that you saying really starting to add up. Maybe that 13th tribe that popped up is them.
It'll make sense. It'll make
After,
sense for
everything went down like it was supposed to go, and they felt like them people started earning a spot in the government. They gave them a spot as the 13th tribe. Because I had somebody say something about the Native Americans or the Mexicans who always be like, nah, that's why we say we Native Americans. You never hear us call ourselves Aboriginals.
mm.
And then
And
after
then too, and then I'm gonna tell you this too. It did what a lot of people don't realize too, because again, the ones from Russia who came over on the Bering Strait, and then the ones that came on Ellis Island, which we know those names, those are the same people. So as in the Khazar and the 13 tribes. So, and that happened around like 1600s, and then it goes back further than then. So this why I was like, maybe when they added a colony because they added a family to the whole thing. Like they added a tribe to make it 13, and that's why everything they do is on the 13.
Mhm. That's starting to add up and make a lot of sense.
That brown girl pride. I mean, you can join. You could join as a guest, brown girl pride, but by your name being brown, that means you have melanin. So when I say that indigenous people are melanated, that goes for you, and that goes for people with melanin, such as myself. But you know, you probably don't own no books in your house.
Yeah.
I'm just being real, because the only people that battle information is people who don't own books, dog. Yeah, people don't read. I done had hella friends in my life, and I done kicked it and went over there. I done visited hella people with other people before. There don't be no books in nobody's house. They don't even have the
Man,
dictionary. The damn King James Bible be wrapped up on top of the nightstand. They don't even open that. But it be the same people that want to argue up and down about information and like shit that's literally documented. And
That's
the reason why
one.
we said it's hidden is because it's hidden because a lot of people don't know, such as yourself. But you know,
And a lot of people choose to just listen to word of mouth instead of opening a book.
they'll tell you reading the white man's books, but they going off of the white man's narrative.
I swear. The crazy thing, my girl just said that shit. Cause
White man told you that we all came from Africa.
yeah, she was talking about Umar Johnson and them.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, y'all saying they always saying we Pan African this, Pan African that, believing in the out of Africa theory.
And saying that we don't trust Whitey, but yet you're following so religiously and so faithfully.
I don't know if you can hear her.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah.
You're following religiously what they taught you, but you don't trust them. That don't
make any sense.
Yeah. It's not
you don't trust these people, but you going off their narrative and what they say.
And will fight your own brother or sister tooth and nail about the information that they're trying to give you, which is the truth. You fight that tooth and nail and go into Agent Smith mode and believe what those people told you, instead of listening to your brother or sister who is trying to let you know and wake you up and let you know who you are.
Basically, you'll rather listen to the enemy.
That's facts.
Instead of the person who can't help you.
That's facts because can't nobody name the first authentic African professor who came over here to teach African history to African Americans. I'm still waiting on that name, and I ain't talking about no new people. I'm talking about some people that's like back in the 17 and 1800s. Who told them that they was African from then? Who told you now? Because I'm gonna be real. Most of my history teachers, they've been Blind Moon people. I ain't had no black dude as no history teacher. I ain't even had no black woman as a history teacher.
But there was an African dude, I believe, that came over. But the crazy thing is, he was teaching the same thing we teaching. Y'all are from here.
I think I know who you talk about. It. He got fired or something. They fired one college professor for doing that. Actually, they fired a lot of them for real.
Yeah. Why you think they don't like really having people from over there come over here and teach? Unless they came here and learned in college.
I'm telling you.
You got to make sure that the teachers you got follow your curriculum. And how they gonna follow your curriculum if they won't taught it? Because a lot of people outside our country won't talk the same history we was taught.
The fact that they call Melville Herskovitz, a German Jewish man, the father of African studies, that right there should tell everybody everything they need to know. They ain't tell you Shaka and them from the tribe of of whatever is the father of the African studies. They ain't come over here and create it. He did, you know. And Melville Herskovitz comes from Ellis Island immigrants. So even Africans was coming over here too on Ellis Island. So they even had the opportunity to tell you and teach and become. But ain't nothing now one of them became no professor to tell you who you were. Melville Herskovitz, the father of African studies. So everything you know come from him.
Bro, I got one piece of me that's African, and that's my great grandfather, bro. He Mandinka. And bro, before he passed away, the only thing I really remember him ever saying, because he spoke like a broken French or something. And I remember the only thing I ever remember him saying was that my mother and her siblings were stupid Americans because they thought that they was African and wanted to go back to Africa.
And what that tell you? It means you ain't even got no African ancestor at the end of the day.
Except for him. And he was like, yo, y'all would not be considered African.
Not at all. We would never be considered African to them. And it's like they know the truth, bro. They know the truth. So that means that Pan-Africanism came from Melville Herskovitz because everything they know came from him.
Yeah.
Mm.
So even Pan-Africanism is a white supremacist mindset. And then when you go to native TikTok and they call us black and white, even that's a white supremacist mindset. And sadly, the regular citizens don't even know they got that mindset. But those like Omar Johnson and the big people on the platform, a lot of them agents. They know
I
what's
was
up.
about to say, I don't care what nobody say. They know the truth.
Yeah, they know the truth. A lot of them agents, man. A lot of them agents. Cause a lot of them, like Dr. Omar said that his ancestor is Frederick Douglass. If that's your ancestor, then Frederick Douglass ain't never said he was African. Frederick
No.
Douglass was fighting for indigenous people's rights.
Yep.
And he was
Hey,
biracial.
I had to use that the other day, bro, because some girl said I prefer to be called black because that's what Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks fought for. Did you know the civil rights is not called the black civil rights movement, the African American? It's not called that. It's called the Native American Civil Rights Movement or the Indian Civil Rights Movement. So what was MLK and Rosa Parks actually fighting for?
And Martin Luther King got an actual interview where he told everybody that he don't like the term black. Why? Because at that same time, old dude Carmichael was trying to push the black narrative, black pride, black power. Martin Luther King was standing next to him. He was like, I don't really agree that our people should call themselves black or fight under that banner, you know. So, but
Might come in American Indian Civil Rights.
you know, and then they cut the video. So it's the actual footage out there.
Is it really Black Panther?
I
My
got
girl
ancestors from
came by
British
today. My girl said, so why was they calling themselves the Black Panthers?
because the Black Panther is an indigenous animal here. A lot of the Black Panthers knew that we was American Indians. So
It
they
makes a lot
used
of
to
sense.
so like our people took it. They It's like the Black Panthers put subliminal messages out there, but our people wasn't catching it. Like you got the Black Panthers, and then when you got Tupac's mom naming him Tupac Amaru Shakur, the whole name is an American Indian name. Like you go down there to South America, the last name Shakur is actually an indigenous Inca name, and Amaru, which is Amaru, is an indigenous name, is a indigenous tribe here, and a leader of a revolt. But here's the thing: they say that he had so-called Jewish ancestry because his last name was Crooks. What a lot of people don't know is that Crooks is a Sephardic Jew name, and then when you talk about Sephardic Jews and the Irish and the Ishmaelite Moors that I've taught people about, they called it what? Amaru or Amaruk. So Tupac knew who he was. All of them
I,
knew who he was, and he's
yeah, I
from
also
up north.
found information.
So
He's supposed to be like a Choctaw or something, right?
yeah, man. A lot of us is yes, and that's why I keep saying a lot of us is mixed with different tribes, but we the same people. Whether you're a Moor, Sephardic Jew, or an American Indian, we all the same people. We just got split up a long ass time ago. That's it. That's the only thing that happened with our big tribe, our empire.
That,
And
and
then
that
and then
is,
we just start going off of different names. That's it. No
you
no
know
no
about
different than when you have no different than when you have a Crip and Blood, which is the banner, but then under the Crip set you got like 100 different damn sets. You know what I'm saying? You rolling 20s and the underground Crip, and you know what I'm saying? It's no different. Our people always been tribal and had that mindset, so it's the same thing.
and that makes so much sense because, bro, like my grandfather got Blackfoot in him. My mom's dad, like he got Blackfoot in him, but the map I saw showed that Blackfoot was from the west.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was born in Roxborough, North Carolina. And that's kind of
Right.
the same concept with my dad's mom, because my dad's mom is Taino and Cherokee. But
Mm-hmm.
Cherokee was shown on that map from being from the east, and they're from the west coast, like the
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco area.
See, we're a big nation. We all just split up. That's the only thing. So Tupac and them knew it. So when they created the Panthers, it was we need an indigenous animal that symbolizes us. This is before people knew that America had a lion, which I'm gonna do a whole series because when you talk about the tribe of Judah and the lion, that's actually the American lion, and a lot of us don't know that because we don't know that we had a lion which is bigger than the African lion. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly what I'm about to say
Which
too.
which I still believe that they inside our zoos, but they not as big no more because they out of their habitat. You know what I'm
And
saying?
thing with the elephant, bro, we had elephant. They just won't call
Hmm.
elephant. It was like woolly mammoths, and I forgot the other one, the mastodon.
Yep.
But
And
those are
and if you
elephants.
know and if you know anything about like animals or like even if you had a dog, rabbit, or a lizard or whatever or a fish, you know that they get as big as their habitat. So you keep them in small confined spaces, they won't grow as big because they confined. But if you let them free roam, man, animals will get as big as they want to.
Mhm.
So, and I think that's I think the zoo have a lot of our animals. They just renamed them like they do everything else. And just like with the cheetah, when I'm doing my research that on the American cheetah, our American cheetah, a lot of them migrated to Africa and populated over there, and then a lot of them over here they were still here, but they start killing them off with the buffalo and stuff like that too. And and they died out and went extinct from over here. But the American cheetah actually is the American puma. What happened was a genetic mutation. Like the American puma went under like 3 or 4 different mutations to get what we see as the cheetah today. And today's cheetah, 98% of his genes is junk. Like he's pretty much an artificial clone from what he once was at the end of the day. So he spliced and mutated, all fucked up. And this why cheetahs have a hard time reproducing, and they are the scariest cat in the jungle for real. And just all type of like you've been domesticated and set back into the wild, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because and the more you talk about that joint, I forgot that I had seen. Not on. I'm gonna throw this out there and thank Rashad for it. 'Cause Rashad was showing something. Bro, did you know we had the saber tooth tiger over here too?
Yeah, and we had our American tiger. Like the tiger came from the saber tooth.
Oh, that's what happened to the bitch.
Yup. Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, after learning about it, I was like, yo, why would that thing go extinct unless we hunted it to death? Because that's a vicious creature, like a saber tooth with fangs like that. Like,
They did that. Remember when you see these old pictures of like the caveman and he's hunting these animals, that's them. They showing exactly what they've been killing and extincting our shit over here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's them. You'll never
Rashad,
see a dark skinned caveman killing any animal. It's always them. And they show it in front of our face, but they just wrap it around a nice little fairy tale and everything like that.
yeah. And that makes sense, bro. Like I always felt like when I seen them cave drawings and shit, I was like, that I don't think that's us.
They're literally talking.
Mm-mm.
I need y'all. I need y'all.
Yeah.
I need y'all Negroes to get back on topic.
Ah, my bad. You already know.
But my fault. Well, I will let him
You're
get back
smoking and shit.
and I will hop out.
Hey, nah, I'm just, I'm just, I'm just playing with y'all.
You got some knowledge you need to spread though. I thought
y'all
I thought we was still in the same building. I didn't know we left out the building on the topic.
I went to a whole country on the topic.
Yeah, we did though.
Hey, bro, that's because you over there
I,
chiefing, bro.
I,
That's Puff
I,
Pass.
I ain't trying to interrupt y'all. I just thought it was a good topic, and Lowe's been holding some classes on here the last couple of days, and we keep straying away.
Right.
That's true though. That's true. So we get back on topic. So Rashad, do you have any ideas? Or
Yeah, I do have an idea.
I'm glad because I've been needing somebody to tap in on the conversation.
I
Right. So
swear, I was about to say Rashad got the idea. He just sent it to me.
I think when it comes to fixing the family unit, we have to we have to give the power back to the matriarchy. Maybe not as in like controlling the whole world, but controlling our like as in our internal families. And by that, I just mean like giving credit to women a lot more than that they're given for everything that they're doing. We have to keep back in mind that as we fight the justice system, they fight the health system. We both
Mm-hmm.
have a strong enemy that's hard to defeat on our own, you know.
There you go.
So just as much as like, you know, because it's crazy when you think about it. Hold on, I gotta block this person. They got Malcolm X on their drawing, but they want to talk shit. Like,
I
come
don't
on.
know, but to
But
like
like,
just add on.
you know how the so-called black man will go to prison, and there's always a black woman waiting for him to get out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But where are we when all these black women are going to the hospital and they're getting mistreated? They're not getting taken care of. They're getting uh, we had C-sections during slavery. Now black women are the leaders. They got babies cut out their stomachs during slavery. Now black women are the leaders in C-sections across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like these things aren't a coincidence, but they don't get
And,
spoken about enough.
is that and you know, and this is why when I brought that document about the sterilization to the light, I think what it is, a lot of our black men and the youth, they don't know that this is happening to the black woman. Because for the most part, a lot of black women don't know that it happens to them. Because a lot of the sterilizations, a lot of time it happens most times it happens during birth. And then it also happens when she's knocked out, like after she done gave birth and she just like laid out or whatever, she's out for it. They go in there and do it. You know what I'm saying? And two, this why it's imperative for black men when you find out a child is being born, you being inside that room is deeper than what you think it is. You there literally, your presence is protection. Like seriously. I seen it when my child was born. Them doctors was scared. I'm standing there. I'm watching everything that I'm hovering. What y'all doing? Oh, so what is that? I'm asking questions, and just off of how I carried myself, it was like, yeah, man, we just gonna leave them alone, bro. And they left. That my child didn't go down no daycare. The child slept right there with Mom Dukes, and I'm sitting right there,
Hey,
16 hours.
bro,
I'm up.
that's the
it,
truth, man. Because that's the same thing that happened. Because I got babies too, man. That's the same thing that happened with me. I was there, and you know they put the woman on medicine and all these kind of things, and you know they like so after they had the baby, they say, oh, you know, we'll bring her back, you know, after she heals and you know like she gets kind of conscious, you know, didn't, you know, she got to be stuck in this room till she could walk again, and all that
Mm-hmm.
time they're like stressed to take your baby away. But if you're there, you could be like, no, give me the baby, we'll be all right. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you.
We'll call you when we need y'all, and that's what I had to do. And every like once we left that first room, and they put us into the room she was gonna stay in until she left, you know what I'm saying? They kept coming in the room at night, like, "Do y'all want us to take?" No, man, I'm awake. I'm good. And when she wakes up, she'll be good. Like, we got this. I'm telling you. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so for so I got an idea then. So for us that have a nice platform size, I think we can take a whole month out and just let the history and the law rest and just bring awareness to women's health, because a lot of brothers don't know none of this stuff. Because I'm gonna be real, when I'm reading this sterilization stuff, I didn't know. Man, look, and they had it. They had it under a name called contraception. Contraception is deeper than just some condoms and shit like that. I'm reading this document, bro, and from 1890s all the way up till present day, it still goes on. Today in the 2022, it's more subtle and very much hidden, you know, and it comes in the form of, like the Plan Bs and stuff like that. Like, okay, I get it that it's your body and your choice, but do you know that after you take like 2 or 3 Plan Bs in your life, your risk of sterilization has greatly heightened? So the COINTELPRO was, I'm gonna give you a problem and I'm gonna give you a solution. Y'all salute. Man, look, women gotta understand the COINTELPRO on their end, because a lot of these women movements and a lot of y'all so-called women leaders, a lot of them was just the male sellout counterparts on both ends. Like how we had Marcus Garvey and W.B. Du Bois, the women had Sojourner Truth, and man, look, dog.
So it sounds like
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
educating.
I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I was in the hospital trying to stand up for my baby and well, for all my babies and their mom, I was nervous, yo. Like straight up, because I didn't know like the response I was gonna get every time I was saying the things I was saying. So I can only imagine how women feel, because like one thing I learned throughout my first son was like they really put like fear into women, like, and a lot of miseducation. They be saying all these weird things, and they don't do that to other people, man. They do that to our women, bro. It's lies that they tell them and fear tactics to make them feel like they got to do things. I was telling my mine, like, yo, you got to get like a second opinion, because this shit don't sound right. But
yeah,
when I was telling her
take
that,
the holistic healing out of it too.
Exactly.
And like the more y'all talk, it's starting to feel like that's the things we need to start focusing on more. Like the rights that we have when it comes to being hospitalized and the things we can deny and say no to. So when our women do go in these hospitals, they know they can tell them, no, I don't want to do that. Because a lot of women thinks when they come in there and tell them they got to do something, they have to do that shit. Like a lot of women don't know that they could be like, no, I don't want you to give my baby that vaccine shot and shit like that. They don't know you have the freedom to that.
Yeah, that you can have a birth, that they don't, a lot of women don't know you can have a birth plan that they have to go by. There's this dude on here named Moorish Lighthouse. I don't care if y'all subscribe to the Moors or not, but Moorish Lighthouse, he has, he got hella gems, and he has a whole section about giving birth. So I would suggest everybody to go look at that. His name is Moorish Lighthouse. You could go look at his page. He has a whole like little section about giving birth, your rights, birth plans, and everything. And we need to get back into that. To be honest, man, the stuff that Los used to be talking about, like maybe 2 weeks ago, about like buying a town and things like that, bro, we have to do it, because if you look at the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples, man, we got so many rights that we're not even utilizing, because we just don't know that they exist. And then it gets even better once we become self-sustaining. You know what I'm saying? And we can stick up for our people a lot more. That's how we're gonna fix the community and the family unit, is by being a fucking unit and working together. We ain't doing that. Like, there's no gender war. You know what I'm saying? Like, the media is propaganda. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I go out into the world, I don't see none of these people that they be showing us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was looking for one night stands, I used to, like, you know what I'm saying? Back when I was young and I was just trying to hit whatever, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, yo, where's all the Joels that I be seeing everywhere, like on the internet? They don't exist in real life because they don't really. It's not the amount of these people that they make it seem like. It's not the amount of anything. Even when it comes to the gangs, bro, we already know that the ops are really other people doing these things dressed up like us. We know
Hmm.
this. We know this, man. Like we
Yeah,
gotta we
bro.
gotta wake up, man.
These
Yo,
and these gender wars is this shit is not real. It's a huge psyop, and like I said, the most times you're gonna see a gender war is on a social media, and social media is a social engineering tool. And when you know the term of media and who it come from, media and the word medium, because you be channeling every time you be scrolling on both ends of the spectrum, you're being deceived. None of this shit is real that be on this social media majority all the time for real. It's all propaganda. And if they can, and I'm gonna put it in another perspective. We know that certain people are going extinct in the world, right? So if I can raise the height of man versus woman. And if I can put it on the melanated community, because people forget in the beginning, it was always the white woman fighting the white man because the white man was always trying to dominate and beat on the white, all that type of shit. Our people was moving in harmony. We owned shit. We was millionaires. Our household was good. That ain't had nothing to do with us. When you learned about when they did the draft, which was a big old plan, and they took our men and sent them overseas, they was getting the men hooked on heroin overseas. My daddy told me hella stories about the Vietnam War. And then while they doing this to our men, Tuskegee experiment on all of them, they're women. This is why I say the women. Y'all gotta learn this type of stuff on y'all end, how this happened and everything like this. The women, they start getting to the women. They start playing on the mind. They start making you feel like the beauty of standard was them. Start playing on your self-esteem, your mentals and stuff like that. They start like really getting in your ear. And then it was a lot of sellout melanated women back in the day too who was pushing these agendas. So then the first round of so-called psyop gender wars is when the men came back all hyped up off the drug that they was, man, the black man, look, our people was getting it bad in these times. That's why I say you ain't even gotta go back to slavery when you talk about some reparations. We can start with the 1900s, you feel me? When they came back, it was already disoriented already, because now you got men that's hooked on drugs, and then you got the women's movement that was really a psyop to get women to look at men as ain't shit men before they even was ain't shit. So now when you get the image of an ain't shit man, now you start getting the clash, and then the whole household start getting bad, then more alcohol stores getting put up inside the neighborhoods, and they start doing this shit subtly, and man, look, dog,
Hey, I
these
feel
folks
like the
was
solution.
clever, bro.
I feel like the simple way to say this solution, because all right, so we have the information, and what you said is right, Los. We need to. All of us are smart, bro. We know this stuff, so we need to take a week out, bro, and like let this information out there. But one thing I really believe is we need to have our women's back like they have our back, and I don't
That's
think
true.
we do for you know what I'm saying? Like we fall victim to letting them be victims way more than they would for us. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about women, bro, is like you could be any kind of man in the world, right? And if you're mistreated, black women will and y'all know I use that for just for speaking terms, black. Um, a black woman will have your back no matter what kind of man you are. If you get mistreated by people outside of us, they will have your back. You could be a deadbeat all the way up into a millionaire. They'll have your back. But black men, for some reason, is like if she gets mistreated and she's not up to his standard of a woman, he won't have her back. But in reality, no matter what a woman is dealing with in her personal life, if she's mistreated, we're supposed to have her back. And then when she comes back to our community, then we can deal with how we feel about her personally. Like, hey, man, maybe you should stop, selling yourself on the streets, and you'll be safer. But that's not a public thing. That's a interpersonal thing that we deal with as a community. But we have to have their backs like they have our backs, because I think they have an unfolding loyalty to us. And when it comes to us having an unfolding loyalty to them, we let them down a lot more. And hey, side note, if ignorance is bliss is still in here, hey, leave a comment, bro. Everybody in the comments, y'all should follow Ignorance is Bliss. Now, everybody's talking about freedom and stuff like that, and they really be doing it. They got some real good information, and it's not just let me tell you this, let me tell you that, and then figure it out on your own. They got
But
some good
then,
information.
and then too,
Yeah, ignorance be
I,
gone. My
I,
bad. My bad. You know,
and,
you know what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah. Hey, y'all see
and
right
then
there? You
too,
mean me? Ignorance be gone. Follow.
cool. And then too, I suggest a lot of our women to I just followed the big dog, and I'm gonna make him a moderator just in case he want to tap in the lives more on the live page, and
That's
if
a
you want to
smart,
subscribe to the
smart.
main page, tap into
That's
me
a
too.
smart dude right there, Los. A smart
But
dude right
I also feel like our women and the men should really get back into holistic herbs, because here's another thing too. I know that I know that some women do, like, some do have the they want to have a kid, some don't want to have a kid, some want to abort it or whatever. If you're dealing with that, there's natural herbs for that, to the point where you don't have to go to Planned Parenthood and get fucked up by them, because their job is to make you sterile. Margaret Sanger already said that. You feel me? The problem was that it started backfiring because a lot of Blah Moon women started going and they started becoming sterile. You feel me? So now, if you're dealing with that, there's holistic herbs for that. I'm just letting you know. If not encouraging it, because strength is in numbers, but I'm saying if you're dealing with a case of you know RAPE, or something serious like that, there's holistic herbs for that. You don't have to go and harm your body or nothing like that. Mistaken one night stand or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's always a holistic remedy for everything on the face of this earth, and plenty of our
there. Papaya
ancestors have
seeds.
done this. You know what I'm saying?
Papaya seeds.
Yeah,
At a
exactly.
healthy
So
at a healthy dose, it could ruin your kidneys. So be careful.
yeah, be careful on that one. So that's why you gotta learn the herbs all the way through and through. Just like Dr. Sebi was telling us, you can't just go in there and just dump like a pound of something in there, mix it into a stew and drink it, thinking you're gonna be good, because there's a good and negative effects to everything. That's just the balance of life. And back to the gender wars, I honestly feel like our community should take like 6 months off of social media and get back to how we used to interact with people. Just cut off the media, the TV, everything. Everybody just come back outside, bro. Just go ride bikes down the block or something. Y'all know how it was as a child, bro. That's why I was like, the '90s, they experimenting with us, but it didn't take effect because we was outside. We didn't care about none of that, for real. We wasn't really, man. Nah, bro. We gotta get back to it. Like, we gotta detox from these social media apps,
To
because you
be
being
a
programmed.
We
You
got to
being
be a
I was
village
programmed.
about to
again.
say that
We got to be
too.
a we got to bring back the village mentality, because that's another issue. Like, you know, I like, man, because like we talk real bad about women that are on like government assistance, bro. But I have babies, bro. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, and it's not easy to like take care of children on your own, bro. And
It's not.
if the help is available, I would call a woman a fool not to take it. Like, yo, because it's not easy. And then the way that it's set up is like, yo, they set you up to fail. Like, once you accept it, then if you go get a job, they take it away. But once you get used to it, now it's like it's a big decision that a woman has to make, like to get off government assistance in order to get a job, because it's like, is the job going to pay me enough and keep me stable, and then my rent's going to go back to normal out of nowhere? Like, so we got to get back to the village mentality. So if a dude is a deadbeat and runs away, you know what I'm saying, she doesn't have to worry, because the whole village is there to take care of her, take care of her baby, and everything like that. And when and we can't hang out with deadbeats. Like, if you know a dude that ain't taking care of his child, you got to be like, yo, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You about to get banished from the community, bro, until we see your children again with you. We don't want you around. Like, you can't come
No,
around
for
us.
real, like,
You know what I'm saying?
and yeah, and then
Bro,
that goes back to the beginning of the line, dog. When I was like, it got to be structure and restrictions, because they cripple both of those inside our community, which ties to our morality. You know, um, it has to be what it has to be. Like, I got my first child. She's 2, and I'm pretty sure that as the years go on, it's gonna get a little more difficult, a little more expensive, whatever the case may be. And I could just prep myself financially literacy now for those days, which is where financial literacy got to come back into the community as well. You know,
bro,
yo,
I feel as if where you're going we can get deeper with that. What we need to do is start trying to open schools up and teaching these restrictions that you're talking about, right? Because a lot of people have been indoctrinated and taught to follow a certain manner. And that shit started happening when, we integrated into schools. Like, they indoctrinated these people and taught these habits and constantly put it in our music and on TV. So we have lost respect for ourselves, respect for our women. We have
mhm.
lost the point of our morals. We've lost all this shit. And the thing is, now that a lot of us are finding it, we need to actually like open up something. Like, it don't really, have to be like school, because motherfuckers hate that word. But we need
Yeah,
something to where we're starting to teach these habits again, and making
hell
sure that, like you said, if a motherfucker ain't taking care of his kid and ain't trying to be there to teach his son respect for women, and how to respect his mother, and how to respect his significant other, because that's what's going on basically. That's the main role of the father, basically showing them how a man is supposed to carry himself and conduct himself within the household and outside of the household.
most
Nobody gets
definitely.
taught shit like that no more.
Nah, man,
Exactly.
and what's crazy is that when I get some time out today, my grandmama, like I said, I'm gonna invite my grandmama back on the platform, because I had her explaining how we are American Indians, and she broke down everything to the T. And I'm gonna get her back on to talk about the gender and the gender wars and roles and all that, because her perspective is really how they operated back then, when she was breaking down the whole village and financial literacy, and when we had our own banks, and every time a baby was born, the community would pitch in like 10, maybe $20 a piece out of their paycheck. So when the kid turns 18, or the kids in the community turn 18, we able to send them to nice schools and stuff like that. VA, I mean, not VA, but being that, what a lot of people don't know, I'm gonna drop a bomb. Most of the, like I said, we had everything. What people don't know is these Ivy League schools was ours. You know what I'm saying? But when they disenfranchised us, we lost those Ivy League schools, and they gave us HBCUs. And notice I said they, because the head and the creator for most, if not all, HBCUs is an Ashkenazi Jew. So again, so most definitely we need our own schools. And then what I seen when it comes to Noble Drew Ali, and it comes to the elders of the Vice Lord and all these organizations, they were able to still teach the kids under the organization umbrella. This is why when people look up the Moore Science Temple, it is a religious organization. Noble Drew Ali was smart. By him going under an organization for the community, he was able to get government grants. And with those government grants, he was able to buy land and build schools and banks and farmlands for people that was inside of the Moorish science community. And if you know about these temples was in over 15 states.
Bro,
So
I had the idea like that, yo, after I read about Noble Drew Ali. Like, I really feel like we should create something in that manner, bro.
that's the whole
I
point of us
agree.
coming
I
together
just
and getting
want
the land, because you got
I
to
just
have
want
land.
I gotta throw this out there. If y'all using corporations to start a society, you just gotta know, man, it's gonna be stigma. So make sure that you pick a name that doesn't remind people of churches, doesn't remind people of religions, it doesn't remind people of temples and all those things, because you're gonna lose so many people that would immediately join the movement if you start to scare them thinking that you're just trying to start a new religion or a cult. So you got to be careful. And then you got to be careful
Exactly.
because once you start signing these papers, you are tied to the government. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how do you get out of that once you create it?
Well, this is where you learn about the corporate law, because there's things that corporate people do. Like, you have a sole proprietor, you have a entity, as they will call most businesses, and as an entity or a sole proprietor, you operate independently, which is your sovereign rights. This is where you start getting into the corporate law. This is where
So
the
I guess
Moorish brothers in law start coming in at. You know what I'm saying?
so
Like,
I,
we all have pieces to it of what our ancestors used to do, because we created it. This is why Moors can break down the law so good, because we created it. You know what I'm saying? And
guess you
you
put
add the
things in
tribal
trust.
into it.
So I guess you put things in trust so it never goes back to a name. That's why I told y'all to follow Ignorance Be
Exactly.
Gone, because he knows about this stuff. Like, this is why this is why holding platforms like this, like, is important, because then we get to like, what is it where you business minds get together and they communicate, but there's a specific word for it, but whatever, y'all know what I mean. But
Yeah.
yeah, we got to get together, like all the different sections and sects of what we are. We all have a different piece to the puzzle that if we all get together, we'll be able to figure it out. So we gotta, like, less debating about who's
Yeah.
right, because we all are, and and more
Yeah.
getting together.
And I know a lot of people gonna hate it, but when you move like that, it's best to remove as a republic. So, you know, and then again with the whole business, this is why a lot of billionaires and trillionaires, a lot of them don't really get taxed at all, because when they make their money, they donate it to charity, but the charity is theirs. It's just under a non-profit organization, so it's a donation. Loophole. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you
Yeah,
create tax-free money, generating it and making it make itself.
like
You're at it.
buying the land and putting a grave site on the land. That's also,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But and then side note though, again, this is not legal advice if I say anything legal wise, but when you break down the laws, this is why I say that the laws is written by criminals. That's a fancy way of money laundering. When you do that, you're washing your money. That's all they're doing. This is where you get the white collar crimes though. But that's
Yep.
neither here or there, because we talking about nation building, so we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? But outside of government organization, you can just, I mean, your community could be yours. If everybody was, if we bought land and we establish a estate, aka a state, which is your community, man, the community can operate. This is where you get the mayor and the local government, you know what I'm saying, aka state
Yeah.
and federal. They, it's a difference to it, and it trickles all the way down. This is why, like, when Dane Calloway broke down on how you can build your own nation, I was like, bro, that shit's dope, because that's right on the same topic right there. And this is why we all say that, bro. We don't need everybody. We just need a community. Like, 1,000 to 2,000 people, and we can control what we want inside our community. We don't want no Planned Parenthood over here. We don't want no alcohol stores. We don't want none of this over here. And this is where you get the community watch or these community meetings, and they discuss what's good for the community. And man, bro,
Pac was talking heavy
these folks got it down pat.
because Pac straight said it. He was like, bro, you can mess around and get 2,500 people together and everybody put in $5. Because, like, for example, not too long ago, they had a city in Georgia that they was literally selling, like you could have bought. And if we could have had enough people together, we could have bought that city and all of us moved to that city and create everything so that we become our own government for our own people and actually have a seat in the UN and all that shit.
It's too possible. I think that's the scary part, is how easy it would be if we actually just did it instead of talking about it.
Yeah,
all we got to do is get enough people together, and people give what they got, and we can create it.
So when you talk about protecting the woman and the child, the best way to protect them is if we have our own legitimate community, bro. Because then you have some type of control what goes on in your community. By us still renting and buying on their land and their matrix setups, it's hard to control the brainwash and the psyops that's being placed around everybody. That's why Amish people is a whole community, and they dictate what they want out there. You know what I'm saying? They dictate out there because it's their land. Like, that's why these people got it broke down right. Like the Blau Moon community inside their neighborhoods, they got it broke down right, and they understand law and how they come together as a community. And we got community watch and community meeting. They got all that, and they got a gated community. They know the law, and they broke that shit down to a T. That's why they operate like that. Like, when I get time, I'm gonna go to Prospect, Kentucky. You'll think Prospect, Kentucky is a whole different city because I say Prospect, Kentucky. Prospect is a damn Blau Moon community, bro. They got their own hospitals. They got their own shopping center. They got their own malls. I don't see no liquor stores around there. You see a little wine stores for the stay-at-home moms and stuff there, of course. They got their own they got everything that a regular city would have. But by them coming together as a community, and they know the law, and they purchase all that land, which was their ancestors a long time ago, for them to build this, for these are the descendants who's living there now. They got their own schools, prestige schools. I'm talking about if your kids play sports, they 9 times out of 10 gonna get a free ride. You feel me? They established this, and I seen this, and I was like, damn, you'll think this is a city, but nah, it's a community. They big enough, and they operate and they generate enough money for the economy to be their own area, independent operating area. You feel me? And the immigrants come over here and do this. The Arabs, Mexicans do it. Everybody do it. Everybody still got their village. And they all come over here with a plan. We out here with no plan. And then when we do come with a plan, it's like folks is scared to move with it because the first thing that come to their mind is Black Wall Street. We got bombed, bro. I don't see no point in doing it. Fear.
For real,
we got to get nobody if we scared.
We got to get out of that mind frame of what happened before. And to be honest with you, man, like, I don't know about anybody else, man, but I'd rather be in our own community and a Black Wall Street happen again than to live my entire life like talking about it.
Oh God.
I'm gonna just be honest, yo.
I'd rather be at war with my people 100%. If 2030 gonna hit or whatever they got planned hit, I'd rather be surrounded around my people who's on the same vibration as me, and we go through this shit together. I'm being real. Because for one, the community that I want to build, all of us who's woke, they call us a conscious community. Well, shit, just be a fucking community then. Call that motherfucker conscious community when you pull up, so you know where you at. So don't come over here with no sleep sheep shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can get that pattern. I mean, that's no different than the alphabet people. They call themselves a community. They became an organization. They get funding, and now you see how big they is. What's happening? We most definitely need to start with a military. What's happening, Prince Nasheed? And
Peace,
military
peace. You
should be
already know.
more.
You know I'm gonna jump in. Y'all on my vibe right now.
Hold on, real quick. But when you say we need a military, facts. But here's the deal. In 2022, our military don't. It ain't gotta be on no physical bloody shit. Cause I started peeping something out. PSYOP. We need cyber security for one, and we need our own platform. That's a form of military. And of course, you need the soldiers up front or whatever. But we also need our own doctors, our own schools. Man, when you understand what a military is,
All that shit.
ooh, that thing, it's an industrial system complex.
It's in the military and on base, it's a whole community.
Whole community. Yep. So we most definitely need that.
If you're in the military, you don't have to leave base unless you want to. Everything you can imagine to need is there, and that's the same way we need to be.
I seen one, bro. My cousins live on base. I pulled up. I was like, shit, it's like a city out there, motherfucker. You're like, yeah, shit, we work right down the street. The job is on the base. Damn.
The mall is over there, and then the grocery store is over there. The gym is over there. I mean, it's everything.
Bro, I used to live by Fort Stewart, bro. Fort Stewart is literally its own city.
Yep.
Like, literally, yo. I fucked around when I first moved to that area, and I Googled some shit that wasn't in my small part of town. And I didn't know it was going to take me on the Fort Stewart, bro. I fuck around, pull up to Fort Stewart, gated place, got a military dude right there with a gun, like, you military? I'm like, nah, man, I just trying to go to damn Target, bro. He was like, yeah, you can't go to this one.
Hell no.
And me driving around that shit, it took me like 35, 45 minutes to drive around Fort Stewart so I can go to the other one. That place big as shit.
Yeah, man. We gotta get back to it though. ASAP. Because
Peace.
honestly, I was saying to Prince.
You told him hold on, and he ran away.
Oh, weird. He's still in the chat.
I didn't even realize he muted his mic.
But we need to get a space outside of TikTok to communicate. I got a WhatsApp group that I started. Because I've been on this, like, getting like a community started. They all let me down though. They all stopped communicating. but I'm still about it. Like, you know, there was another dude that they chose to be their leader, but his mindset was off. But the WhatsApp's still up. You know what I'm saying? Inbox me if you want to join, and we could talk there.
Most definitely.
All right.
I'll download the app. Saying the black community definitely need black male leaders on y'all level. Yeah, the thing is, the black community got male leaders, but they're leading in the wrong direction. I'm gonna be real, man. Another thing that's really messing us up for real is thinking that we're from Africa, bro. I'm gonna be that shit fucking us up bad, man. Like, that shit contributes to it too. A lot of the male, some of them are ops, but the ones who's not ops, who stuck on the narrative, if they understood real history, and because if you believe that you came from a slave and descended from a slave, you'll never understand the greatness of a community and village that you actually owned during these so-called time periods during slavery. That's another reason why they hide your great economics in history, and they only tell you about Tulsa, but what they don't tell you is that we had these communities since the 1600s, You know what I'm saying? For the most part, come on, man, 100 million acres of land. Who is a slave on their own land?
Facts. And
It
that's
was
why
a
they,
community that owned it.
I don't even know if
Y'all
you've
know how
seen my,
big, huh?
my bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just about to say, like, if you don't understand what 100 million acres is, you might want to dabble into that real quick and see how big that is. Because the state of Georgia is only 30 million acres. And I'm talking about we had 100 million. You feel me?
And just in
Yeah.
10, we had 15 million acres of farmland in 1910.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, y'all. Think about, like, we already know they're lying about the timeline. So one thing that I really suggest everybody that's studying to do is really start paying attention to dates. Like, the information is cool, but really start paying attention to the time frames of these things. And none of it matches up. Like, a lot of things are happening when they shouldn't be happening based on what they taught us in history. And then if you really start looking at the times, you're like, yo, how did we wait? You know what I'm saying? How was I
Yeah.
how were we slaves yesterday, and then the next day we got 15 million acres of land?
You know what I'm saying? So
That shit never
now,
added up to me.
yeah, so now when you understand the economic greatness that we came from, then the whole men should lead and the women should lead it goes out the window, because when you dealing with tribe, every tribe had an equal number of council. They had 3 women, 3 men. Okay, for the most part. Some tribes had 3 women, 2 men. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. They had both on the council and they both was balanced and they agreed. Now we had hella men inventors, but what they don't tell you is the female inventors that was going on during these times too. When I say everybody was millionaires and we were straight, you talk about a household, 2 parents, both parents got $1 million apiece. That household is worth $2 million. Back in these times, $2 million is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? We talking about in times where soda was 5 cents and gas was nine was 10. And you talking about each melanated household is worth $2 million. Come on, man.
Shit, I'm gonna say that's 200 million.
You feel me?
Hey, how y'all brothers doing, man? I was sitting here taking care of something with my mom's over here. I just wanted to say, we have to start somewhere. And, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of weeks. I mean, at the end of the day, even within this group that's talking right now, we can start something, because at the end of the day, we have to understand that our people are waiting for something to happen. So at the end of the day, as I'm listening to y'all brothers talk, I kind of get that from y'all also, that y'all waiting for something to happen. But what's wrong for us 4 brothers getting together and say, you know what? By the end of the year, each of us is going to have $5,000 to put in the pot. And that starts the whole thing. And then now we go out and we're advertising to people, yo, we got $20,000 and we're looking at this piece of land right here to buy. Whoever wants to come in with us, send your donations and this, that, and the third. Because at the end of the day, like you was talking about Brother Umar earlier, that's what he's doing to get his school together.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody may say that he's fraudulent, but you know what? When that school opens, everybody is gonna shut up. So at the end of the day, I mean, maybe we in this group right here should take that initiative and get together and start to make that thing happen and show our people what needs to happen and show them that this is the thing that they can be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if I
And this
may,
is
I
and this
digress.
what my meeting is about. Meeting starting this year. I didn't already told people I want, I already, people okay, maybe I'm already taking name numbers that we need people every, like, man, that's on this and serious. Man, stopping us from just like picking a place on some vacation shit,
You going in
kicking
and
it
out,
back,
man.
just vibing. See, man,
it's like,
play.
Man, Los, you breaking up bad.
Let me go ahead and sit back real quick. What's happening, Ignorance?
What's going on, brother? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I am doing just fine. I am doing just fine. Let me just say, firstly, I do love your content. I be watching your videos all the time. Your page is a source of enlightenment. It takes things I already knew, and you give me an avenue to search even deeper on certain things. So, I definitely appreciate that.
Bro, why do you sound like Rashad?
I appreciate it.
What you mean?
Y'all kind of got the same tone of voice, bro. I thought you was Rashad at first.
That's funny. That's funny. But no, like I was saying, like you said, it seems like everybody to a certain degree is sort of waiting for something to happen, or like you said, we need to do something. And that's really the main reason I started my page, was to get to a point where we're able to do something like that. And where I'm at in my studies has taken me to a point where I'm like, okay, these things are no longer just things to be talked about, but they're things that are going to happen and will happen very soon, a lot sooner than I feel like a lot of people realize, because it doesn't take so much to go buy, like, start off something small like 40 acres of land. Like, the United States is for sale. You can just go buy it. And when you learn the banking system, you learn the money system, and you learn that we all have everything that we need, it becomes a lot easier to see the future where we are buying our own land, where we have our own bank, our own hospital, everything like that.
Bro,
That's fact.
I feel as if, like y'all are saying, we need to go ahead and start this group and start trying to pull people in so we can get enough people together and create enough revenue ourselves and get this shit started. Because the crazy thing is, like bro said, America's for sale. And then you also got to think about this. How often do they see shit from people?
Mm-hmm.
Too often. You can turn around and get land for stupid prices because some drug lord got locked up,
And let me
and you
tell
can go
you,
on a website and go for the auction and get acres of land for pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
if,
Yep.
let me tell you, it would only take about 5 of us. If
Yeah.
about 5
That's it.
people could get on what I'm on right now and take it to the bank, we would have the capital to easily purchase 100 acres of land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Easily.
And
Can I
hold
interject
on.
real quick?
I feel like I just got one real quick thing to say. He just said that it takes 5 people. There's 5 people in this live.
Hey, there
Exactly
you
what I was
go.
saying earlier. But let me interject on this real quick. I came into some information. Really, we have to understand that America has put things in place for these things to happen, because at the end of the day, we have to understand, if we understand what karma is, then we understand that they also understand what karma is. And in order to balance the karma of all the things that have done in the past, they have to do certain things to balance those karmas. So if we know and understand that, I came into this information is called the Declaration of American Declaration of Indigenous People, where they actually have put things into motion where if you're an indigenous person, they have to give you certain things such as land, allow you to start your own government, to be able to create your own money and everything like that. So at
That's
the
what
end
I
of the
was
day,
telling y'all.
so
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 that
at the end of the day, when we come to really, because at the end of the day,
so what you talking about?
hold, let me finish. You always got to remember, they've always said put it in a book, and we won't find it out. So as long as we don't know about these things, then we can't implement them and use them to our advantage. So with that being said, we could buy the land initially and then put it under those situations where now we don't even have to pay no more money on it, because we
Hey,
fall under certain laws and statutes and
so you
all
get
those
you
things
getting
like
into
that.
trust law, right? The Declaration
Exactly,
for Indigenous
exactly,
Rights on Peoples. I know all about it. Listen to me. That's my
exactly,
forte.
exactly. Yeah,
Now they got a big old trust set up for indigenous peoples.
exactly,
It's under
Exactly.
miscellaneous. It's a massive trust that got
Exactly.
all the money. So
Yes.
people want to talk about
Yes.
reparations. Yeah, no, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
talking about paying. I was talking about
Yeah.
discharging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But
That's all I. That's all I
but see,
need.
And I want to
it,
tell
it
people
but it
too.
but it comes it definitely comes down to us understanding how to play the game. You know, we have
Exactly.
to figure that out.
Understanding
Like we could
the
come
words you say.
together and put that little piece of money, buy it, and then finagle it right from underneath them, just like they did to us. You know what I'm saying?
And
At
then
the end of the
Or,
day.
I
or
want
I'm
to
gonna do you one better. We
add
can
in
go
this
get
real
their
quick.
money and use their money to spend it on the land and then discharge it off. You see what I'm saying? We don't even got to come out of
This what I'm
pocket.
saying.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
show people how to
but
get their bills right and get their pockets right, so then they can worry about what really matters. Go ahead. Sorry, my fault.
So and like
Right.
I was saying, like, you know, it starts with us, like you said, 5 of us here. All we got to do is just stay in contact with each other, and we build amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And when we're ready to drop the bomb, then that's when it happens. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'm done with that right now. That my inspiration is about done.
But but I also, and then again, the timelines, they always match up because everything's connected. If people pay attention during these times while they was dismantling our people had this currency called lawful money while they were still trying to create their fiat currency with the banks and stuff. This is still going on in the same timeline, 1800s, when they doing what they doing. And then after they established what they was doing, this is why they went around and started taking everybody gold and shit. See, this is why I said lawful money. Lawful money, it's real money. It's real currency. It's gold, it's silver, it's land, it's resources, it's oil, it's everything. It's liquid assets. This is why I say you'll never see real millionaires walk in no store and use fiat currency. This is why Bill Gates said if he drop $100 bill, that shit don't mean nothing to him. He'll keep walking because he know about lawful money. Now, lawful money comes in like this. You can take this $10 bill in your pocket, go to the U.S. Treasury, and tell them you want to exchange it for lawful money. This is the real currency of America Republic, sovereign. You can exchange it, and they will give you gold, and they will give
Supposed to
you
be.
silver. Yeah,
Supposed to be.
supposed to
You
be.
go up there now, they
So,
gonna give you another FRN. That's 12 USC 411, right? So lawful consideration, right? When you buying a
yeah,
house and such,
I think that's what it is.
yeah, lawful
I think
consideration.
that's
When
what it
you're
is.
buying a house, right? The bank is supposed to provide something that is of equal value to the house, right? This is the consideration, right? It has to be equivalent. You cannot, otherwise it's out of balance, right? So
Exactly.
they got us messed up when it comes to money. They got us thinking that we can pay off debts with a debt. A Federal Reserve note is a debt note. Like you said, it's fiat currency. There is absolutely no value behind it
It's called
besides
a
the
bill.
belief that, okay, we going to get some money for this one day, because that's really all it is. So you can't pay a debt with a debt. So we got to get ourselves right when it comes to thinking about money.
Yeah, you paying bills with a bill. You taking $100 bill
And,
to pay
and,
$100 phone bill,
and technically,
and you
only the
still in debt.
president can write a bill. They giving you a statement. I guarantee it. Every single
Yeah.
thing you get is a statement. You ain't got one bill in your life. Only the president can write a bill. So you gotta pay attention, right? So when it comes to these contracts, the reason every contract is invalid is because, full disclosure, how many of y'all have ever sat down and read an entire contract before you got your house, before you got your car? I guarantee you it ain't happened. And that's fine.
Most people don't even
But,
read the lease when you're renting.
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't read the contract, you don't know what you're agreeing to. You could agree that every single Thursday they can come in your house and slap you across the face, and you wouldn't even know because you didn't read the contract. And that's the type. I know it seems ridiculous, but this is the type of stuff they be putting in these contracts when you actually get to reading. Like, I guarantee you, if you own a house, go look at your deed. I guarantee you, your house costs $10. Everything else was the consideration. What in the bank didn't even lose anything. They typed that up on a computer. This is monopoly money, y'all. You got to free your mind. You got to see that we really just living in a big old game. Like,
Now again,
when you learn the
which blows
system,
people, which blows people mind when I say this on Facebook, which actually kind of got me blocked on Facebook real quick. But I said that and I say this for a reason about the whole marriage. About 80% of marriage fails because of finances, which is money. If we know money isn't real, what does that say about the relationships that fails because of fiat currency? Our
I
household
mean,
is being up off illusion.
delusions, a strong delusion. And you want to know
And
what's the crazy part? It goes back to contracts. When you sign a marriage license with the state, did you know that if you have marital problems, they're supposed to pay for marriage counseling? They're supposed to pay to keep y'all from getting divorced. That's what they're in there for, as the third party. Otherwise, you just letting them tell you what you can and can't do and who's going to get your money when you break up. Like, you got to stop bringing the
because
state in as
again,
third parties.
because again, with financial literacy, people don't understand that it lightweight benefits them when it comes to marriage, because again, tax bracket, when people don't, you got to understand tax bracket too. If this man generates, let's say, 75,000 a year or something, and this woman generates about 50,000 a year, or probably 75 like him. When y'all get married together inside the Corporation of America, y'all household is worth $100K. You feel me? So without you knowing that 100K of your household goes right back to the government, because y'all don't even know that y'all just jumped tax bracket. Y'all went from low income to middle class real quick, overnight. But they understand this. This is why a lot of stuff, like he said, they're supposed to offer you marriage counseling to keep you from breaking up, because once you break up, they money breaks up too. But we don't understand a whole lot of these institutions, because that's an institution. That's why they call it the marriage institution.
Absolutely. And the worst part is this, right? When you say taxes, right? Taxes are voluntary. It's a gift. I could refer you to the IRS manual. I think it's 6209, I believe is it. And it literally tells you that these are all class 5 taxes. Every single tax that we pay comes from tax class 5. Now, when you look at tax class 5, it is a gift. It tells you in the IRS manual, it is a gift. You're gifting it to them. It is voluntary. You choose to sign up for it, and you can choose not to. It also tells you under tax class 5 that you are the decedent of your estate. It means you're dead to the law. You're dead to the law. So not only are you dead to the law, you're gifting your taxes away voluntarily. You don't even have to pay taxes.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, and then too, it's gonna kill our people when they find out. On top of that, you've been filing taxes wrong your whole life. When I learned this, check this out. When I learned this, when I was filing it, and I filed it as single, head of household, one dependent, because they always tell you to claim yourself or whatever. Even when you do it like that, you being overtaxed by like 30-40%.
Oh yeah.
The minimum, if you must pay taxes, the minimum is 7%. That's in some cases, most cases, it's 7%, depending on where you at. It could be 5 some places, but it's the minimum. So now when I go back and I readjust my, when you get a job and shit like that, when you adjust your taxes, I'm gonna add a couple of dependents on this motherfucker. Hey, twin, is it cool? Yeah, cool. Okay, Gramps, he's handicapped. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? You start adjusting your shit, you get majority of your money back. Because what people don't know, income taxes is them giving money back of them overtaxing you. If you getting $5,000 back in 2000, that means you've been overtaxed by $2,000 and $5,000, and that's why it's called child tax credit, because they've been, man, look.
I mean, you absolutely right. They be taking us through it. I mean, taxes are filed quarterly. That's why it's open all year. The banks are filing taxes every 3 months, and when you don't file your taxes every 3 months, you know what they saying? They saying you abandoning your money, so they claiming it. Like, they are taking. When I say they are robbing us blind at every step of the way, you cannot wake up in the morning without them having robbed you twice already. It is ridiculous. I mean, and like when it comes to child support.
Hey, how you doing, brothers? I'm gonna drop out real quick. I follow all of y'all. If y'all emails are there, I'm gonna send all of y'all email. All right.
All
I
right.
most definitely appreciate you.
All
All
right.
right, peace, bros.
Appreciate it, bro.
Peace out.
Peace.
Like I was saying, when it comes to child support, right? There is a grant in the father's name for about $7,000 a month per child if you got child support. They use all the child support money fighting in family court.
There's some dude named Ignorance Be Gone that Rashad was telling us to follow earlier.
Hey, mute your mic, Noble.
Oh, my fault.
It's
Oh,
all
I was
good.
like, okay, yeah, no, but so there is a what did I just say here? A grant in the father's name.
Grant.
It's about 90,000. Last year it was about $90,000 a year. The father
Dang.
needs to stop. So they going in your checks, garnishing you, knowing that the state already got a grant for $90,000, $7,000 a month per kid to be used in the household. If we could focus on our finances and just see that everything that we need is here. They told us everything we need to do, and they lied about everything that they taught us, we gonna be good, because that's really all you got to do.
Hey, you know what's crazy too? I think, and I'm willing to bet 100% on this, our community of men don't know this. So the Blamoon community of men claims it. Because again, they are on child support too, and they are on the welfare more than us. So, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know about, see, when you talk about stealing your identity and everything is literally here from us, we don't know it, so we don't claim it. So they use it for their benefit.
And the thing is, like you said, we wrote this system, so it's made for our benefit. And like I said, the people who wrote it were too smart for the people who tried to take it over, because they couldn't do everything they needed to do. The path for freedom was left there, but you gotta find it. You just gotta look. They put it in a book. Okay, so all you gotta do is read. You want to hide something, put it in the book. People don't read.
Man.
They go on Google, like you said, like that video you did on Robert E. Lee, showing that he was melanated. People will Google Robert E. Lee and be like, okay, well, I see a picture of a white dude. I took what I learned in school. Okay, it must be true. But you go read the Library of Congress, and firsthand accounts are calling this man colored. Then you're like, wait a minute, something's not adding up. But there is such a level of cognitive dissonance in our community that they be like, what?
Bro.
Hey, it is what it is, though.
Bro,
like
you
I
know
said,
how many,
we can do it.
you know how many people call me, so many people had called me a raccoon for that video, dog. You hate yourself.
Nah, bro, see, because they convinced us the Confederacy was bad, and they fighting for, all the usual BS. But then you showing the flag, well, that used to be our flag. Something wasn't adding up. They had to bury that, because they didn't want you to know what that war was really about and why the North was really going after the South. They didn't want it. And there's naturalism of Yahweh. He's another one.
Right
This a heavy hitting. This a heavy hitting panel right now, y'all. I'm loving it. Let's go.
Hey, Lowe's. Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't know the user guy up there, but what's up to you too? What's up, Checkmate? What's up, Rashad?
What's going on?
It's natural.
What's up, Natural?
Man, for real, bro. I got called so many names after that, and you know what's crazy? It's gonna hurt their feelings in my next video when I show them that all the Confederates was colored, and even John Hanson, that everybody loved to say so much, he was the first president of the Confederate.
Mm-hmm. See, people don't. I'm waiting on that. They don't know.
Baby. Hey, Lowe's. They took my main account down today.
Ah, man, look.
But here's the thing. They sent me a notification saying it was restored, but clearly it's not restored. And I ain't even been on the main account.
Bruh, these folks, I know what they doing, bro. They going back, and they trying to get the community guidelines of our old videos. I don't know if that's on yours, but on my main account, that's what they've been doing for the past week. They starting to flag stuff from when I first got started, and I was like, for real. And I'm getting account warnings on and off. I'm on my third one.
They flagging my private videos right now.
I thought I was the only one getting that, yo. It's like I'm getting old videos taken down and sound removed and muted.
Nah, you ain't.
Bro,
They be
on
trying to.
this account, I can't see. They won't allow me to see Los going on live. They won't let me see nobody going live. The section where it says follow in the news feed, that section is not even on this page. I don't know what they doing to this page, but I can't see none of y'all going on live. The only way I found out you was on live, my wife told me. And I can't get
See,
your DMs, Los. They won't let me see nothing.
see,
And
boy, them
I can
folks.
tell you that is direct interference with your specific account, because on my account they have removed my live effects, right? Live effects are like the most basic feature of TikTok. Everybody go live, they got a green screen. I cannot use the green screen. But on my other account, no violations, nothing like that. Keep it very low key. It has everything on there. So if I switch back and forth, I can kind of co-opt the system, but they will straight remove features from your account. They be tripping.
Bro, I can't even go live. Like the second I go live, about 2 minutes in, they take me down, give me a violation. They don't like me talking on
That
live
happened.
at all.
That happened to Mont last night. He tried to go live on both his pages. They snatched him down within like a minute. I was like, damn.
Yeah, seconds, bro. Like shit is crazy.
I mean,
That's
there's a
crazy.
simple solution. Like we got to use this app for what it's for, at the minimum. But we gotta get outside of here. I know that we all know there's no place that they're not going to be like monitoring, but like WhatsApp and things like that, where we can share like documents and we can talk and we could like type and chat. We just need to start doing that stuff. Like, there's no reason that the only way that we all communicate is when we get on live for the world to see. Let's all just download WhatsApp, start a group, communicate and share documents there. We could come on here and spread the information like we always do, but come on, it's common sense. We gotta talk in other avenues. We gotta share phone numbers and all that stuff.
So I'm already doing that with Muncie. I be sending him a lot of
Yeah,
information. He be sending
we
me
all
back.
are.
My wife, we was talking. She was talking. She said we all should start a clubhouse, like a private clubhouse.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet in Miami real soon, probably next month or the month after, and then we start from there with the Micronation building.
A little meet and greet and everything, and get everything going, because there's no point in of us having all this information and we don't utilize it for everybody. We got tons of information. We know how to maneuver inside the system for the betterment of the community. And once people start seeing it, they'll start jumping on.
So I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I got the money just to like drop like right now. If you said like, yo, let's start the pot, I would drop it like today. You feel me? That's how serious I am.
Definitely.
Well, let's all agree on where we're gonna do this, another app, and let's just agree right now and just do it. Because either that or we're gonna keep talking about it. Exactly. All right. So WhatsApp, everybody cool with the WhatsApp, and we just jump on there. It don't have to be every day we talking, but everybody on this panel, I know for a fact, has enough information that we could talk every single day or inform people every single day. Because I've heard all of y'all talk before. I've seen all y'all videos, and y'all got enough information. But the thing is, there's so much information in the world that if all our focus is on is spreading information, we're going to do that until the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get to the movement part of it.
That's why I'm saying push. Like, we starting early next year to do this thing. And the more people that see us, the more we're going to gather.
If you build it, they will come. Let's just start building shit that matters.
And that's all I'm saying.
Like we stated inside the live, this will benefit both men and women, because now we can actually control on how we protect our women and what we allow inside our community and stuff, because we have control of the land. Anything, it has to start with getting land. If let them people have that reparation march, we know better. We gonna continue moving how we move. Let the Pan-Africans do their thing. If that's what they want to do, cool. I'll let them say whatever. I don't even try to argue with them no more. It's time to really just start focusing on us. Okay, we know we tried. We know what tribe we come from. Just start moving and operating like a tribe. We know holistic healing. Just, bro, we found the nation again. We found the tribe again. We found each other. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Cherokee, my Choctaw, my Chickasaw, and all my Algonquin folk out there. Shout out to the Bloody Cato and it. Bro, we all found each other. This was prophecy. Now it's time to start moving and continue fulfilling the prophecy.
Yes, sir.
That right there, that right there, I don't care what you subscribe to. Prophecy always been the same. That we was gonna get scattered and we was gonna find each other again. That happened. Just get it. So yeah, so WhatsApp most definitely. I'm gonna inbox you, Rashad, to get the information and everything, or you can send a link. And then next, like I said, next month, I'm trying to we gonna schedule a meet and greet so we can at least meet each other, vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Like really be family again on some tribe shit. You know, if everybody wanna, you know, it's time for a vacation. You know, 3 maybe 4 days. If y'all
Thinking like maybe like at most 10 of us.
Kid friendly.
Yeah, I was thinking like at most 10 of us, Rashad Poet, Natural, D's True. You know what I'm saying? The main ones that's always coming in and getting and giving information is just for us. And then after that, we open it up and let them know what we're working on.
Just inbox me. I got the WhatsApp already up. Like I got one that's already. I mean, I could start a new one if y'all want something fresh, but I think it starts fresh every time I add somebody new. But yeah, inbox me because I'm tired of just talking for real.
Most definitely, most definitely tired of talking for real.
About Miami, that y'all was talking about.
Meet and greet. We never met.
The meet and greet.
You all gonna be there?
You said who all gonna be there?
They breaking us up. Say that again.
Yeah, I said who all gonna be there?
Yeah, basically the truth tellers that you see on TikTok, the main ones, Los, Rashad Poet, myself, Naturalism Yahweh, D's Truth, yeah, Monty. Those are the main ones that, you know, that's in the inner circle. We're gonna put together a blueprint and then we go forward from there from Miami.
Yeah, and we just picked Miami because, you know, nice laid back area, you know. We ain't gotta be uptight, cause I know a lot of us got a sense of humor. You know, we just like to chill and vibe. You know, just how we normally do. You know, we ain't gotta be uptight sometimes and rent out a conference room and none of that. We, you know, I want folks to be comfortable and chilled out. You feel me? So, you know, yeah. Miami would be.
Because history is so stressful. We did the stressful part. Now we just want to relax, meet each other, feel comfortable, get to know each other, and then we put together the blueprint.
Who's coming for the Canadian meet and greet? Miss Mac, it's cold up there. You're going to have to come down. You have to come down. It's cold up there. Y'all got mooses.
Yeah, we ain't rocking with no.
So if you down, naturalist, you know.
Cold up there.
Hey, ignorance be gone. I know you're a big dog and everything, but you need to come up in these groups too with us.
I was gonna say, how would a young brother like myself get invited down here? Maybe bring my teacher. We can see what's up.
Yeah, you for sure invited. Yeah, I don't know if everybody follows Ignorance Be Gone or be watching his videos and his lives, but that's in my opinion, he's a big piece to the puzzle because he's full of the practical knowledge that we could put into use.
Facts. I already follow him, and I'm gonna as soon as we sign off, I'm gonna follow him on the main page too.
Said everybody just inbox me. I got the WhatsApp set up, man.
Yeah, most definitely, man. We gonna get it together. We gonna get it started for sure. Cause that's one thing I'm big on too. Like, that's one thing before any spiritual anything. I always was like, bro, when are we gonna actually do something? Cause we've been marching for years, bro. We hold anniversary of marches, and we still be marching in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, those of us that know better, we need to break away for that. And we see. So Forget what people call it. They call it
I'm telling
racism,
you, I'm telling
segregation,
you, I
man.
just need like a
Whatever.
couple by like June 2023, we gonna be chilling. We gonna be sitting on our own land. We gonna be doing something. No more talking. We've been
Most
talking for
definitely.
50 years. It's time to move.
Man. Been talking for a
Listen to our ancestors always tell us what we need to hear, and they always said, "Money talks, bullshit walks, bullshit
All I'm saying,
marches."
wait till I
man.
get my money right, and it's soon. I'm telling y'all gotta tap in with this banking, bro. It's powerful because then you can make your own money like the banks, and there's no limit.
And then what's crazy too, for my Freedmen folks, if you find your people in the Freedmen, y'all know the Freedmen banks are still up. And it wasn't just one. There were tons of them. That was our central bank right there. And they still up. And the descendants don't know this, so guess who's claiming the money? Yo, boy, look, you talk about some reparations. If I told you you got paid a long time ago, you'll be mad at me. I'll be another raccoon on this motherfucker out. Folks already hate me for saying for real. Oh man, when I told you I already got paid, you'll be mad. That's why they
Got
giving
paid
it
a
to you.
whole lot of money. All types of money. That's why they sitting up here looking at you talking about reparations. It's because they just hid your reparations from you very well. Very well. They got you confused.
Very well.
Super confused.
Well, it's not well enough. You know what I'm saying? We know we built this place. I mean, when you know that, when they tell you like you guys built the White House, then something is up.
Oh yeah, no, they can only hide so much. But our brains, like I said, the same brains that built those brains are back, and they are like, look, this is what we doing, right? Like I don't know what happened over these last couple of years that our minds just started going deeper into everything. And like I said, I just woke up in 2017 with an urge to learn everything and start looking into history. And like I said, they can't hide it because, like you said, we built this place. They couldn't erase us if they tried.
Hell nah, man. That's why I posted that video of the athletics. You know what I'm saying? I broke down the athletics. Now it's still in your DNA. When they show you the Mayan Aztec figure with the football, and I post the clip of how we dominate football. Oh man, I ain't never seen a Native American on TikTok play football. You don't see him. I ain't never seen one that can beat us in basketball. You won't see it.
Play no
You know what I'm
sports.
talking? We are them people. They can't out, bruh, man. Look, I ain't playing with this DNA shit no more.
Got royalty.
I ain't even going back and forth with nobody no more.
They ain't hide it. Yeah, we always been doing our culture. They ain't hide it. They just hide what we called it.
The debating is over. The debating is over.
Man, look, it's time. It's we moving in action. It is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and get shit jumping, get it rolling, and just build our community for ourselves, man. And those who rock with us. Here. I ain't debating no more nobody about who's real or who's fake.
Yeah, we needed these 3 years to like rediscover who the hell we are. You know what I'm saying? These gems that we throw out that people never knew, we needed this time. So now that we know, there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? We got to move.
Can I say something?
Most definitely.
I took my husband's phone. Okay, look, I was listening to y'all talk earlier about, like the plans, and this is just my opinion. Y'all don't have to listen to it, but I think y'all should change it around. And when y'all make that app or whatever, or wherever y'all decide to go, then discuss those plans because you don't know who up in here listening. You don't know who an agent. It was somebody talking about in the comments, talking about cults and all types of stuff. Like, that's what we be messing up. We talk too much on here or, out in the open, and when stuff like this, we need to keep private. They don't need to know what y'all got going on.
Yeah,
At all.
the stuff I plan to pass to Los in the meeting is nothing like what I'm saying on live. What I say on live is more like iron, straightened out. you know, so everybody can hear. But the things I'm going to say to him is more realistic.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
is the
he
tip
texted
of
my
the
phone
iceberg.
and called me.
I said a whole lot without saying a whole lot of nothing.
You are right. We hear what you're saying, and we definitely take your advice, and we hear exactly what you're saying, and we're
I
gonna
just don't want to
keep
see
that in
like a
mind.
repeat. Like, you know how we do this all the time. I just don't want to see a repeat. Like, we get so far, then the same thing happen to crash, or we got agents in the meeting and people there saying they there for us and really just there to watch and spy and shit. Like, this got to be real. We really, like, this serious, right? 2023, we minding our own lineage, right? We trying to build our people up. So I feel like we all need to be on the same accord, have the same mindset about like who y'all I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna say it when y'all get the app. I'm gonna say what I really want to say, but I'm gonna be quiet right now. But
Oh, yeah, we learn from our mistakes in here. We ain't gonna let them
And this,
take us down from the inside.
and
right,
this,
I just don't
and,
want to see no
and
repeat.
this, and this, and this one reason why I encourage a lot of women to be on bandwagon, because y'all intuition be on point. Y'all be the first ones to tell us our friends and friends before anybody. Our family don't even tell us that. It'll always be the women. I don't think you should hang out with him tonight. You don't feel I don't want you to go out. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage that, and this is why I was like, when we do that meet and greet, I got like everybody cool so far that I know that we chat with, but that meet and greet, I gotta see your energy. I gotta look in your eyes and shake your hand while we discussing things. And if anything seems shaky from that meet and greet, and you know, Los catch ghosts, just understand, you know.
Right, because I'm big on discernment and stuff. So, and I think
Hmm.
that's a gift that we all carry. Everybody don't know how to use it as much as the next, but you totally right. And then if you look in like the religion background, how every time we go to church, how they have the mothers interceding or praying before, church gets started, pastor get up there preaching, stuff like that. Yes, we are there to look out for y'all. So my husband, he'll tell y'all in a minute, I'll be like, you don't need to fool with them. Like when I get a feeling about somebody, most times it's right. But I like when y'all start talking, I just got this feeling. I was like, oh my God, they doing too much talking. They need to be quiet. I'm like, oh, be quiet,
No,
Carl. I was saying the comment.
but it's common sense. The U.S. government would have known that the black people are going to unite. It's not a big deal. So what we're doing is going in detail when we meet.
But
We know this because how they broke us up. I mean,
mhm.
they saw what happened when we united as a nation and started getting them to change things, and they said never again. They said now we got to go take the father out the house. We got to make the women think that they need to fight for independence. We got to make sure that they end fighting, and we got to make sure that we can educate their children. They took us out our schools, man. It wasn't right.
Facts.
And I'm trying to wait for it to pull up, because when I was
Hey,
gonna lead to, which leads back to community, I urge everybody to read the actual documents that's literally called "Destruction of the Black Family." Like they don't even try to hide
Mm.
this shit under code names or nothing. Like there's a literally document that called "Destruction of the Black Family," and I was like, damn, they ain't even try to hide the name or nothing. They
Because they knew we
just
weren't
And
going
it's
to go
that's
all
read
out in
it.
the open.
and that's the thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
WhatsApp that I like is the fact that we can share documents in their entirety, right? In that app, like you can upload the entire documents and we can read it, we can download it, we can save them and everything like that, and we don't have to worry about a whole like not having access to green screens, and the green screen magically is cut off on the side, and you know what I'm saying, or if you say the wrong word.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like we could come on here and keep doing what we doing, but the real like David was saying, the real information is going to be spread uh when we talk to each other on a personal level.
All right,
yo,
and
I gotta get
yo,
going, but I love this panel. Love you guys, and I can't wait to meet you all.
Stay
I
safe,
gotta get
brother.
going.
love you too,
All right.
man. Be easy,
Too,
be
family.
safe.
Be safe.
And this just why I say, another part of the lack of the information come in on our people. Why I always say that this gender battles is a psyops, because if you understood the literal document that say the destruction of the black family, and then you read COINTELPRO, and then you read Control Opposition, then you read MK Ultra, and then you read Silent Weapons of Quiet Wars, all of those documents was about us. Every program, the fact that everybody hate is that everything is about us. That'd be the first thing that come out of their mind. Why everything gotta be about y'all? Because everything is, bro. I understand the jealousy inside your soul because you come from a low vibration. But when they overthrew us, the whole country went into Great Depression. That's where the Great Depression came from. After they overthrew us, the Great Depression hit. Everybody was broke and fucked up. So that means we had a utopia when everything was running smooth. So with that information, those of us who know better, man, this time we'll just do it different. So I don't even want 100% of melanated participation, right? Because I know most of them was the ones who flipped on us in the beginning. Nah, I want those that I know. I see Kentucky, they only got 2,000 people. They all know each other. They all go to school with each other. They all shop, build with each other because the community, and they keep their currency flowing within their community. And they thriving to the point you'll think Prospect, Kentucky is a whole city. That's a whole community. It ain't even no city. That just shows you how well they doing it and how they understand the benefit of community and unity. So, I mean,
they got a lot of towns like that out here, like a town within a town, and it's like low key completely separate. And then when you drive through these towns, it don't look like you went nowhere new. And then next thing you know, you'll see like a sheriff car that's completely different than the other sheriffs because they really legitimately police themselves.
Exactly. So, the blueprint is out there. At this point, the only people that's hindering us is us. All they did was just create the machine. We the one that's got it running automatically from the lack of the information.
Nah, real shit. We on a different vibration. Ain't nobody hindering us. This is the movement right here. Fuck everybody else and what they doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why I be trying, man, we gotta push that message hard. All of us that know better, just let people do what they do. Don't jump in their lives trying to debate them. If they go Pan-African, let them. You hop out because you know better and you protect your shit. And you find one of us that's on live. If not, binge watch our videos or go to the YouTube or just chill out or read some information to further your information. Don't always wait for one of us to go on live. We just dropping the gems and showing you where to look at now because a lot of our people don't know where to look, which also encourages the ignorance within our community because they don't know where to look. They always be like, well, what book, whatever. If you're going to actually read, jot down the books, read the books that we show y'all. We only got 3 minutes to tell you what's in the book. It's on you to actually read the motherfucker front to back. You know what I'm saying? Excuse the language of my French. Oui, bonjour. I'm Haitian. So when we ain't on here, you still have an obligation to still enlighten yourself. Don't wait for class next time. If I tell you in the congressional records, if I show you in the congressional records that Robert E. Lee is melanated, go download the congressional record and read it. If anybody then showed you where the mind is or something like that, pick up the book, go download it. We telling you it's downloadable. Go read it in your off time. Cut the TV off. I promise you, Netflix still gonna be there. I promise you, it's still gonna be there.
You gotta stay out of our comments asking for more details. If we put the title, that's where the details are. There's no way that we can explain a book in the comment section of a post. You know what I'm saying? That's why we put references so you can go get the information. And then once you go read one book and then read another book, you'll realize, oh, I have to read all these books because not one book has the entire puzzle put together. Sometimes it takes like 3 different books to put one half of the picture together, and then 3 other books, and then y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? everybody on this post that I've seen post leaves titles of books. They even give out websites to go get the books for free. Like, come on, y'all. We gotta what is it?
Also,
what I did.
I also want to say this to the Israelites that's in those camps. Checkmate on my screen still say checkmate, so that's what I'm gonna say. Somebody say it says something about ignorance be gone or something. I don't know what it says, but on mine it says checkmate. Checkmate said, hold on, which one said that statement? Checkmate or poet?
Poet said that.
Rashad. All right, so basically, he said a key point. This word to the Israelites: y'all suffer from the most cognitive dissonance or dissonance, however you say it. But y'all suffer from that the most because you think the Bible is the key point of all history in the world. You gotta search everywhere to know exactly what actually had happened when. And then on top of that, everybody know they manipulated history. So you got to go to all these old books during the time when they said, "Hey, you couldn't read." That's if they actually said that. I'm starting to second guess that too. But y'all got to go back to that time period to see what was really stated and what really happened. You cannot use one book as your foundation and say if it don't match up with this book, then it's a lie. Because the book that you're using as your foundation could be a plethora of lies. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, you gotta search everywhere to see what actually had happened.
The book to search for is nature. That's the book.
Because by y'all only staying with the King James Version Bible, y'all sound like aggressive ass Christians. I'm just being real. That's just my 2 cents. Because
my thing to add on what Naturalist was saying, you got to realize that half them Bibles you pick up today say selected or selective Bible, as in they selected certain parts to put in there.
And then you got to understand the definition of the word version. Because King James Version, that's no different. I use this all the time. This no different than a dude getting jumped by 10 dudes, but he coming back telling you his version of the fight of I whooped all those. You feel me? That's just his version. That don't mean that shit real. I don't mean that shit is fake. It's just his version. But you can't go off of a King James Version Bible when the Israelites is older than King James himself.
Now you know that all this stuff. Even though this is just a side mission of what I'm saying, all this stuff could boil down to, okay, is I'm an Israelite or not? So the point is, a lot of people go by and say, hey, Deuteronomy 28:68, I was a slave, blah, 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 blah. My people were sent on ships, blah, 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 blah. So we presented information showing you like, hey, only 91,000 people came to the Americas during the alleged slave trade. And if it was in reverse, and some Americans went to some countries, such as West Africa, what's that other one? Liberia and the British Isles as well. And some of them went back and forth between the Bahamas. Yep, Sierra Leone. We got a lot of our ancestors, our people that got sent to those countries, and they wasn't even slaves. They just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, escape all this, and or help out with the settlement in Africa as well. But what I'm trying to say is about this Israelite thing. If we all admitting that slavery didn't happen the way it happened, a lot of people did not go across the ocean in servitude like that, then that means this Deuteronomy 28:68 thing should be taken into question. And also, if you looking on your records and you see that, hey, you don't have not one lick of Africa in you, then hold on, my sorry.
Well, like you were saying, most Israelites, I would argue, don't even know where Israel was. Because they only want to decode a certain level of programming. They don't want to go deeper, right? And that's one thing, because I went through all the mindsets, right? besides the Pan-African, I didn't really ever mess with that. And everybody has their own opinions, but it's like they only want to go so deep. Even when presented with evidence to the contrary, their cognitive dissonance kicks in and they do not want to go deeper, whether it be Pan-Africans, Israelites, or anybody. Because a lot of Israelites are still buying into the fake Egypt that's on the other side of the world, right? They don't
Still
even really know
Pan-Africans.
real. Yeah, they're Pan-African. They don't even really know real history. And so it's like you got to be willing to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Here a little, there a little. And that's really it. That's all I had to say about that.
Yeah, what I was going to say about knowing if you're an Israelite of self, like for example, Angelos. I keep saying your name wrong. I'm just gonna say Los. Losi, you showed records of your people. We talked about the surnames going back to the alleged Hebrewic name on the Hebrewic names of the Israelites, ancient Israelites. I brought out information showing that my ancestors from Wales and what was that in the Scots in the Highlands, they was going by the name Jacobites and Judah as well as their last name. I wanted to say that, like, how many of you people that claim to be Israel or just a son of Jacob, how many of you can actually prove by surname that you are like a true descendant of like Northern Kingdom or whoever, just based off pure tangible records instead of going by, okay, this is me, this who I am, but you can't prove it. You just say, I feel like I am because, again, we all been brainwashed into that notion of, hey, we Israel, we this, we that, just like being called the N-word and all this other stuff. So I'm like, can you actually like really prove it when it came down to it? Like we could prove it with surnames, but can y'all prove it?
They can't, man, because nobody's really doing their genealogy. People are just saying, hey, we're all this, and anybody that don't know who they are will just automatically be like, yeah, I guess I'll be that.
Yeah. And that's why I came to a point where like your census record, like you gotta show and kind of prove that at this point, because now I know that the records are out there. And I pulled mines and it confirmed all these books that I done read that's outside of the American school system. Just like, for an example, when the Israelite camp here in Louisville tried to recruit me or whatever, because one of them seen my videos and I was out going to get my daughter or whatever, I stopped to go get some apple juice. And dude seen me because they was on the corner preaching. He was like, hey, you dude to be on TikTok? I like, yeah. He was like, come on, bro, we need you. Woo, woo. I know that they was just trying to get some footage or whatever, but he was trying to get me to join their camp and stuff. He's like, we can use y'all. Whoop. I was like, okay, well, before I join, do you know anything about the Chaldeans? Brother, what are you talking about? I was like, do you know that Eber and Aphrodite and actually Moses came from actually Ireland and Scotland? Nah, bro, we came from this place in Africa and Timbuktu and shit. I was like, I can't join him. Because how you don't know where Aphrodite and all them come from? How you don't know about the Joktan Arabs and Peleg and them? I can't join that. You still reading from a book that's not gonna tell you about Aphrodite. They don't tell you none of that stuff. And when I tried to get the brother to get the Chaldean book, I met with so much resistance. Dude was like, well, if you're gonna be over here trying to tell us what books to wear, you gotta take your turban off. I was like, I ain't gotta take shit off my head. And then them dudes was trying to fight me and shit. I was like, bro, y'all niggas ain't woke up out of here, bro. Y'all a coke, nigga. When people don't agree with information, y'all get violent.
They said exactly what they wanted to do. They said they want to use you.
Exactly. And I peeped that. That's why I started to drop gems on them. Like, well, I can't, if y'all don't know about Aphrodite and them, I can't do nothing for you. You know, and you trying to tell me to take my turban off, where if you a real Israelite and you know the history, then you know that the turban is one of the most signified things that we always wear, even all the way down to the American Indian tribes. We always had the turban. Hell, the word toboggan comes from American Indian language. You know what I'm saying? And who wears the most toboggans? We turn them to ski masks now. You feel me? So, you know, nah, bro. And most of us who claim Israelite, if you do your actual genealogy, your ancestors came from Scotland or Ireland or somewhere, which is still the same place at the end of the day. They came from there. That's why I did the Jacobite ship log. And then I was like, well, his name got changed to Yaqub. Well, the J wasn't invented, so his name is Yaqub, but his name got changed to Israel. This is a literal ship log of the Israelites. So Deuteronomy was told backwards. You telling it from a perspective of a Pan-African because they still think they came from Africa, when it actually happened backwards. Egypt was over here, bondage was here. And we know that they took some of us from over here and sent us over there. That's documented. But you know, they call me a self-hating brother though.
If Deuteronomy 28:68 is real, again, before the Geneva Bible, that shit wasn't even in there. But in the word Egypt and Ethiopia wasn't even in there. It was Abyssinia. But that's besides the point. But if Deuteronomy 28:68 was real, then and we found out that the real Egypt is in south of North America, then that means the Mississippi is what they crossed. Not no big body of water, no Atlantic or nothing that.
Mm-hmm. And then, folks, I encourage people to do their real history on Ellis Island and Angel Island too, because that's a big part of the puzzle that's missing. Because a lot of our folks who were sent away, they descendants came back on those boats in Ellis Island, aka your orphan trains. But you know, we don't get too deep on that one. The Angel Island when that was amazing because it literally tell you that the Chinese came over here and had fake IDs and they posed as children of natives. And they said children of natives. So these wasn't adults, these was kids. And then, you know, the native community love to say that, you know, they adopted people and took them in. Okay, keep telling on yourself.
Bro, why they want to keep portraying themselves as these nice people, peaceful people, and we can clearly see that's not true on TikTok. Another thing, you know how the expeditioners describe the original Americans as savages.
Mm-hmm.
We the only people that call ourselves savages, literally.
Yeah.
Like even just by words. Man, come on now. It's the proof is right here. Y'all are not the people. I mean, what's that girl name? I don't even like her. What's her name? She getting dragged through the media right now. Yeah, Meg Thee Stallion.
I'm a savage.
Yeah. I mean, it's right there.
And
you making songs calling yourself that.
Classy.
That boy Webby coined it. Savage.
Yeah.
Savage life.
And Boosie say we ratchet. Hey.
Yeah. It's our culture. Like I said, we always been our culture. We just pinpoint the name of it. You know? And it's in your face, your DNA. You do it every day. We call ourselves these things every day, especially when you get these old books. They tell you the different shades of the American Indians. They be like dark, black, red, and all that. When you come to the community neighborhood, we see a light-skinned person, we call him a red bone. You another light-skinned person, he might be a yellow bone. You know, you got light-skinned brothers, you got mocha brothers. You know what I'm saying? But come to our community and live amongst us to understand how we word things. We still say that all day today. We know what a red Indian look like. You see Red Man and Method Man.
Yeah. One thing that I can say the Hebrew Israelites did have correct was when they said that we all were going to awaken by 2020. I feel like we all that probably really only happened because we all had that mindset. Like everybody manifested it over there, but so. Or, you know, because the age of Aquarius, but still, like, what's going on now? It's just a simple fact that everybody did start to wake up. People that look like us, say that. So I can say that they did have that
Uh,
correct.
yeah, they got a few things correct. They gotta readjust their perspective of the map. They gotta take their mind out of Africa for a quick second.
I would say y'all know the reason why they
And
I found out the reason why they come for y'all, cause what Singing Bear was saying that day. I'm gonna keep coming for the Hebrew Israelites that's trying to spread indigenous erasure. When did we ever say we were Hebrew Israelites? Because there's a lot of us don't even say that we're Hebrew Israelites.
They
I
take
mean,
one thing and they run with it.
yeah, just like
And that's
I
one
like
thing that's
when
what they need
folks
to have
ask me on what I am and what I believe, I just tell them, bro, I'm spiritual. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, yeah, I might did my genealogy and found a Moorish ancestor or somebody that had Hebrew on their things, or Medians here and there. I came to the conclusion, bro. I'm so mixed. Same people. I'm so mixed, bro. I be like, shit. Fuck it. I mean, I can't just sit here and say I'm and not give it for the others. Right? Give my answers. Now I know how long. See, here they go. Here they go. Go ahead and talk. Everybody else want to talk specific.
He meant that.
So this man said 30 million descendants, and I wonder who 30 million descendants. I'm probably I know. Yeah. So you got a lot crazy.
Systems like it's
Now, yeah, I'm
probably
outside.
what he has on his screen.
She'll get kicked out the live if she watching my live, and she had to load back up. I really believe TikTok be doing that.
Yeah, I'm about to